So, hey fellow artists, welcome to Psycheopera Creators Live, where I'll be showcasing fellow builders of musical instruments and their work every Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Whether it's rustic cigar box guitars, traditional flutes, trash bin percussion, synthesizers, software instruments, DIY MIDI controllers, or classical guitars made by luthiers, if it's made by humans in a workshop and not by machines in a factory, then I want to talk about it. Today, I am featuring the great Jeff Elliott, musician, songwriter, dulcimer, and cigar box guitar builder who crafts the most beautiful resonator boxes you'll ever see. Let's take a look at some of his work before we jump into the interview. And let's see. Cue the montage.
And this feeling inside of me, what it was, I should have seen. Went back home, and she was gone. Now I'm standing here, holding on. Well, someday I know I will get over and find someone to home, treat me like a fool. Standing here alone without you.
Jeff, welcome to my stream. So now you and your wife are extremely well traveled and have experienced lots of cigar box guitar festivals across the country. And my husband and I are dying to attend our first CBG Fest. My first questions are, which festivals have you attended? What were they like? And which one did you find was the most enjoyable experience?
Actually, we haven't been to a lot of them, just a couple of them, but each one has their own little thing about them. Going to Del Puckett's was really cool because you see all his videos, and then you get to meet him, and he's just like his videos. He's just a really nice guy, and of course, you know that too by talking with him on podcast. But there you go. And the one in Huntsville, it's unique. It really is. It's different places though. You go to one, they have one of the shows, you got to pay to go there. That at the art center though, that is a cool place. So I was
Oh.
telling you that if you went there, you probably want to move to Huntsville. So don't take her there to Huntsville
I don't know. It's
because
hard to compete with North Florida.
it's just really artsy. Lots of stuff going on there, art type stuff and
Cool.
festivals and whatever and things. But it was good at the arts festival and then at the Orion. I want to call it the Orion. That's what it looks like it's spelled, but they say the Orion. And it's a big, looks like a big building when you walk up to it, but it's actually an open amphitheater, a building without no top on it and stuff,
Very
which they
cool.
didn't have a festival. They had it out of another little pavilion right outside of there, but that was pretty cool too. And got to see some pretty good musicians there. And,
Very cool.
so
Just acknowledging the chat. Bullshaw CBG. Welcome to the stream. And yeah, I anticipate us having a lot of CBG builders because you're one of the greats. And so okay, so I understand. Um, you're performing in Del Puckett Southwest Cigar Box Guitar Festival in August. What will you
well,
be playing? Will you be a solo act? Are you playing your own music? What will be happening there?
I'm hoping to get on stage and he can get me in there on time. I'm sure he will, but I'll be playing a mix of everything. We kind of do. My wife, she sings harmony with me, and I made
Nice.
her a bass, but she hadn't picked it up yet. So and started playing it. Just we used to do a lot of bluegrass, so she played stand-up bass with me and sang a lot. She does really good on harmony singing.
Wow, very cool. Very
So
cool.
what we do when I say mix, we do anywhere from rock songs to a couple of country songs to gospel songs to just fun songs, and we just mix it all up and try to make it interesting anyway.
Well, I look forward to seeing you guys play together on your YouTube channel. By the way, folks,
Right.
Jeff has a brand new YouTube channel. You can go subscribe to it. Just navigate to the video description box of this live and, show him some love. Yeah. So I'll be keeping an eye on your YouTube channel and I'd
Sure.
love to see you two play and sing together.
Right. Yeah, it's coming up one of these times when I get everything going. I'm just getting started trying to figure out how to do this YouTube thing. It's a little bit new for me, so
Yeah,
and
your first short was great. You're gonna do great on this platform. So
it did good.
let's talk about your beautiful hand-built resonator boxes. Let me get the one that you sent me. Hold on just
Okay.
a second. Just for the folks who weren't here for the unboxing. The unboxing of the box. This is, I mean, this is such a beautiful box you built me, Jeff. And I can tell that it is a very resonant box for an instrument. Can you tell the audience what this guy's made out of?
Sure. It is some old walnut that I've had sitting around for quite a while.
I
I've got,
love that.
And I always get we used to, my brother and I'd go together and we buy what they call seconds. It has a lot of character. That's what we wanted in our wood. It's character, the
Love
knots and
that.
stuff. Not,
Yeah.
oh yeah. And then
Beautiful.
that's just popular wood because it's easy to work with and it's fairly reasonable to get. So it's thinner down. And actually those I made my kids back when they were in grade school pencil boxes. That's kind of where it started at, making boxes like that, making
Wow.
recipe boxes and making pencil boxes. They were only kids that had unique boxes going into the school year when they were younger.
Very
So,
cool. Wow. So box making has been your thing for a very, very, very long time. That's super cool. And I know that I've asked you off the live, but you planning to make these boxes for sale?
if somebody asked, I would make them one. It's just making boxes or making guitars. So I guess it's just kind of wherever it leads me. I'm just open to do a little bit of everything, and
Okay.
don't want to just focus on one thing. I want to kind of.
Me
Maybe
too.
that's my problem.
No, no, no. I'm that way too. Sometimes you need to cleanse the palate for creativity to keep flowing. So one day, I'll be with my laser engraver, carving out boxes, and another day I'll be building CBGs. Another day short scale. You know, other day graphic design stuff. Go where creativity takes you.
Right. You
Um,
know, I have a little problem staying inside of the cigar box for too many cigar box guitars. Then I got to jump out and do something different.
right. Well, your claim to fame was the Flying V box.
Yes.
How did your Flying V's become the talk of the town? Where did it all begin?
Well, I built my first box here. I got my first guitar I built. It's pretty rough, but it still plays good and everything. And it's
Cool
got some
beans.
mistakes and some holes in there. I turned the box the wrong way instead of playing this way. It's actually I can see the letters instead of everybody else. So it's you have your first mistakes and the neck's real square and
Yeah.
but it still plays. And so then after that, so I could build my own box. So I built another box, kind of like yours, what you got. And then after I built, before I'm usually done with one, I start thinking about other things. My brain starts going off. That's when I built my first V box here.
Oh, beautiful.
I call it Eddie because everybody else, oh, Eddie Van Halen. Well, yes, no, it's close, but it's not. Actually, you can't paint his painting on there and sell it because he's got a copyright on his paint job.
Hmm. Copyright on a
So,
paint job. I've never heard about that. Oh my gosh. That's hardcore.
and so about the time I was working on that one, then I built this one here. This is
That is gorgeous.
it's got that's top on this one is from a 100 and I don't know 20-year-old piano soundboard and stuff.
Oh
I get
my
tore
gosh.
there you can see the back, yeah.
How did you salvage the soundboard on that?
It was took a long time. You get a lot of scrap or something with when you tear a big piano apart. You have a lot of it's got a veneer on it. You really can't use it for anything,
Right.
and just start taking things apart and got the soundboard and I've had it for several years. I probably had it for 20 years. I know a guy down in Oklahoma was making actual guitars, and that's what he'd use for his tops on his guitars. That's where I got the idea from.
Wow.
Is so I put it on that one, and my second box has it on there.
Are piano strings usable for anything in as far as guitar building?
These are pretty old and rusty, so
Okay.
100 some years being on
Yeah.
there. So it was the
Yeah.
big mess is when you break the steel apart, try to haul it off because it's heavy. That's your weight. Is the everything that holds the string is like a cast
Yeah.
iron of some sort, and but you can break it apart, but it just makes a big mess.
Right. Wow. That's really hardcore salvaging though. Respect. I re- I like the philosophy of building repurposing things and salvaging old materials and being frugal that way. Okay, so here's the big question. you build cigar box guitars, you build these boxes, and you say that you're open to people contacting you if they want a guitar or if they want a box so that they can build the guitar. Sorry, it's my camera acting up again. I'll be back. Here it
There you
goes.
go. There you
So,
are.
I did leave the email that's associated with your YouTube account in the video description box. Are you okay for people contacting you there to talk business?
Sure.
Cool. All right, and folks, one thing before I bring on my husband Lawrence, one thing that I want to share with the audience is that Jeff, you make your own wine, and your wife is incredible at making pickles and jams, and you guys have your own kitchen garden. It seems like homesteading is something that a lot of us CBG builders have in common. Why do you think that is?
I think because it's the cigar box is making from something else. I think it's just the creativeness of,
Yeah.
okay, we're going to take this cigar box and then we're going to make something out of it that you can play and listen to or whatever. And I've never really got into this to try to make money. I'm just kind of having fun because I built my first two guitars and I already had and right before I retired, I had another project coming. I ordered a car project.
Oh, wow.
Like getting this engine that I had a long time, I got it back, and anyway, and I ended up building it. Where did I put that picture? Hold on a second, let me grab that picture.
Go for it. Go for it.
So I ended up building two of them, and then I took like a year and a half off to build. Can you see that?
Oh, that is a beautiful vehicle. Oh my
It's
God.
called a 23 T-Buck.
A tea bucket. I
And it's
want one.
actually, they come from, the body is from a Model T replica. That's what they call a bucket,
Oh,
is in the old Model T, where everybody sat.
that
So
is super cool. Do you use that? Do you travel in that?
not very far. It'll beat you to death. It's every little bump it's like every little bump you feel, every little crack in the road, and it's a
Yeah, I can imagine showing up to a show in one of those. I mean, that's definitely a head turner.
right. Yeah, she'd have to hold the guitar and stuff because there isn't much room in those. There's no trunk in it. It's all
Oh,
gas
yeah.
tank back there. So yeah, they do make little trailers for them. But so
That's
anyway,
great.
then I got back into making them again. And I think I lost your question. I got off your question, didn't
Oh, no worries. No, I think what you were trying to say is, homesteading is such, it's a creative lifestyle, you know? And it just feeds into, you know, uh all aspects of your creativity. I think that's where you were going with that. But correct me if I'm wrong.
No, that's fine. Yeah, just having something to do a project, yeah, especially in retirement. If when you're retired, you don't have something. People usually don't live too long if you don't have some kind of something to keep your brain going, keep your body going,
I think that's
and
not just for retired people, Jeff. I think you know, uh, people are getting ill and not doing well because on the daily, creativity is not part of their lives. Humans were designed to be creators, and it just feels like for most folks, um it's not part of their everyday lifestyle, or it's been bred out of them. uh I, that's just what I feel. Everybody
everything's so easy. Everything's so easy to get to. Everything, yeah, you don't have to. In our disposable world, well, you wear it
Yep.
out, you just throw it away and go buy another one.
Right. Right.
And
Well,
my group,
I'm gonna bring my husband to the
he's
conversation.
kind of there on the bottom. Our screen's kind of weird. You're kind of in the middle, and I'm on top, and he's on the bottom. Kind of weird in my screen, so I'm not sure.
Oh, well, now you're gonna see him. Ba, ba, ba. He's on.
Okay,
Lawrence, you're on the screen.
twice.
Oh, I think we have a little bit of a delay. Twice. Oh, really? Hello? Oh, because in OBS Ninja, you're viewing the stream through OBS Ninja. What the audience is seeing is just the scene that I put together with the purple outline. so
Okay.
they're only seeing him once. But Lawrence, we're not hearing you.
He's sitting there being patient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not hearing you. Let me try a scene change and see if we can um get him unstuck here. Ah, there you are. Hello? He is stuck. Cause I can't hear you. Okay. All right, now we got you on the live. Can we check your audio? I can't hear you. I cannot hear Lawrence. Oh wait. Browser number 2 for some reason is muted. Let me unmute you. Okay, can we have an audio check, Lawrence? Oh no. I do
Yeah.
not hear you now. Do you hear him, Jeff?
Nope.
Nope. Jeff doesn't hear you either. And I don't see any audio coming from you, Lawrence. Okay. All right, Lawrence is going to have to leave and come back. So we'll go back to our split screen with just Jeff. Split screen. Okay, Jeff. We'll wait
All
for
right.
for Lawrence to
Oh,
come back. Hey, Webb from the Electric Cigar Box. Yeah, I know Lawrence just he's restarting his OBS and OBS Ninja and coming back in. Sign language. Yeah. Yeah, he's got to learn sign language when we go when the system mutes him, I guess. Um Man, I lost my train of thought, Jeff. Grr, I'm sorry.
that's all right.
So, oh, thanks for the hearts, Web. Really appreciate that. And we can hear
Yeah.
you now. Okay, I'm gonna bring Lawrence back in because we can hear him now. Okay. Hello. You're on the live, Lawrence.
Doing good.
Yes. So, I think so far I haven't heard one of the questions that's common. What got you started in cigar box guitars?
Well, I've never even heard them until I was retired, and I was cleaning my shop out to get my car project going, and I didn't have nothing doing, and I seen these videos come up. I was going, "What is this?" So it probably was Dale Puckett, I would imagine. He's building cigar box guitars, and I did see
Mhm.
my brother showed me a video. I don't know, 10 years, 12, 15 years ago of Justin Johnson playing a shovel. I thought, well,
Oh
that's
yeah.
interesting,
Mm.
which he's incredible. But then I watched the video. I said, well, if I see it and I can picture it in my brain, I can build it. So I thought that's interesting. I can build a guitar like that. Kind of, if you mess something up, you ain't out a whole lot of money. Like if you got some expensive wood building a guitar or something like that.
Yeah.
That's how I got
Mhm.
started building dulcimers too. Is okay. I got lumberyard wood. I messed this up. I didn't mess up much, and wasted a little time. And that's we didn't really waste no time when you're
Do you
learning.
have one of your dulcimers with you?
I do right over here.
Can I see
You sure can.
it? Such a beautiful
Okay.
instrument.
I don't know which way to hold it.
Look
Can you
at
see that
those
very well?
sound holes. Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's
Beautiful.
fun. I built a Gracie stand for it.
Ah.
You know what a Gracie stand is?
No, I don't.
It's you'll see it a lot of times. People playing electric guitar or something, and then they'll have their acoustic guitar on a stand right in front of them, so they can kind of play their acoustic guitar, and then they'll step back and play their electric guitar.
Hmm.
And that's what I did here because I'd do an intro when we had a little bluegrass band, gospel bluegrass band, and I would do an intro on this, and then I could just stand right up to my guitar right there. That I'd already have it on, ready to play. Can you hear that?
A little bit.
I can't hear it. It's okay.
It's pretty.
It's coming through a
It's pretty
little bit
quiet.
now. we weren't able to hear much of that, Jeff. It's just the audio settings. There are
Okay.
safeguards in Video Ninja that if you have a certain type of audio setting, it puts you know, a gate on the sound to prevent feedback. So
Okay.
bring
Yeah, these.
we gotta bring you back with if you need some advice about audio setup for live streaming, Lawrence and I can help you out because it would have been really cool. I mean, your montage is great, but it would have been really cool to hear more of your music live. So
Yeah, I thought about getting a microphone to hook to my phone. That would. I think
the
that works just like a regular microphone. I'm not sure, but
there are audio interfaces made for mobile devices, and all you could use any supposedly use any studio mic with them, and then you know set yourself up with headphones and you're good to go. Yeah, a pro audio setup is not complicated. Lawrence, do you know any good models audio interfaces for mobile devices?
Wow. I haven't really looked at that in a while, so I
I
don't know
used to
what's available
use
right now.
iRig. I don't know
Yeah.
if that company is still around, but iRig, um, it was usable on computers, tablets, and phones. So that's a very versatile system if it's still around. Um, and you can plug in any professional mic into an iRig
really.
interface, and you know stream off your phone, record off your phone.
Yeah, I've got a couple of really nice condenser mics.
Uh
One of
huh.
them just
Mhm.
a real small. It's just real small and about so long, but the diaphragm's so small and you got to be careful because it feeds back so easy. Then I've got another one. When we played our bluegrass music, we'd have a one mic stand, and that's really cool because they can pick everybody up around singing or playing,
Is it
and it's kind of a
Omni?
choreograph type. You ever watched in like bluegrass or stuff where somebody steps in, plays guitar, and they step back, somebody does another instrument.
Yeah.
It is choreographed, and it's hard to do. It's really, you got to really work at it. But the mic is wonderful. It just picks up great. It sounds great. So if I
I've
could plug that,
Yeah, I've seen a bluegrass recording session where everybody was surrounding like an omnidirectional mic and people
right?
coming in and out, in and out. Yeah, that what an incredible thing uh, to happen in a recording session. And yeah, I could imagine that must you got to practice stepping in to the microphone and backing out and then not losing your place in the music. That's really cool.
Right, yeah, instead of just standing up to one mic and just standing there not moving, you got people moving around. It makes the show a lot interesting too. Kind of move in and out and stuff.
Um,
Maybe I can find something to hook that up.
the chat
See?
here, Web
Hello?
in the chat has a what do you call it? A suggestion in as far as something called Headset Buddy is and it works with Android devices. Okay, cool beans.
So you hook your mic up to it or something? Is that what it?
It sounds like it's a wireless headset system. That would work, by the way, as well. Instead of, if you don't want to go the audio interface route, you could just get a wireless headset with, you know, a decent built-in mic, and you're good to go. That would work
I've
as
looked at those
well.
a little bit. I was kind of looking online about mics, and yeah, there are lots of different ways you go. One's with a cord that you just plug in your phone, and one that's wireless, and yeah, and they're not too bad, not too expensive either, really.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's a cabled headset. Okay. All right, Web.
Okay,
Cool. And so yeah, what you could do to see to recall all the suggestions in the chat later, Jeff, you can when you watch the replay, just open the chat and you'll see everything that everyone said during the
okay,
live, and you'll find Web's suggestion on there on YouTube. He's called
okay,
the Electric Cigar Box Guitar, and he's a new channel as well. And
all right.
yeah, I'm sub to his channel. He has some really cool videos on there. And
Awesome.
so,
Yeah.
Lawrence,
Yes.
uh, wait, I just had a question. So, oh, yes, Jeff, how did you get into building dulcimers in the first place? Because I know that kind of dulcimer building led you sort of into cigar box guitar building and working on these different custom boxes.
We belong. We started joined the bluegrass club, and then we've been seeing dulcimers. A friend of ours played it, so we ended up buying a dulcimer. And then there's a dulcimer club that's around here in Wichita, and got just hooked up with them and playing a few places and just seeing what they're doing. They were a little more dulcimers are a little bit more folk music, I guess. They do a lot of other stuff, but a lot of folk and a lot of them playing the same thing at the same time. It was different, but we hung out with them for a while and the bluegrass. And so I thought somebody gave me a kit on dulcimers to put together, a friend of ours, and it's a real cheap kit. And I said, okay, I'll put it together for you. And I ended up replacing the top and a different top because it was set around so long. And I said, well, I can build one of those. So I got a book I rented from another library. They sent it to me, and it had really good instructions and stuff. I still use when I glue some tops together for my beads. I still use some things I learned in there,
Very
and then I
cool.
learned how to bend the wood, how to make a jig and bend the wood, and
That's
there's lots of
hardcore.
things I learned. Yeah, I only built 6 of them, but each one was a little different. Built each of my kids one, a couple other ones, and
How do you go about making those beautiful sound holes on your guitars and on your dulcimers?
the dulcimers. I must have downloaded something or drawed something up or did something because each one of the sound hole, well, on different dulcimers were all different kind, but yeah. But the ones on my 4-string banjo looking thing, it some CB Giddy little blue patterns or whatever you'll call it, templates.
Cool. Cool. And do you use a manual or an electric scroll saw?
Yeah, electric scroll saw.
Nice.
Yeah. I
Cool.
mean, when my dad passed away, I got his. It's I can't remember, a Delta or something, and my brother gave me ones, and I don't use it. Too bad you wasn't closer. I'd give you that, and you could use that too when you're cutting your holes and
Cool.
crapping. But
We gotta find a way to get you down to Florida, and one day we're gonna meet at a festival. One day
there
we're
you
gonna
go.
meet at a
You do.
festival. We're gonna trade some wine. You can have some of my meat, and I'll
There you
have some
go.
of your wine, and we'll trade. Used tools. You know,
Use tools.
you know. If anyone wants to donate some old tools you're not working, I'll take them. I'll take them. My workshop is fledgling. Wait, let's talk about your workshop there, Jeff. Can you give us a
Okay,
little tour of what you got
I
going on there?
I can. Let's kind of work into that. We used to have kind of like you guys. We bought an old farmhouse. It was the original house was 100 years old. The 2-story bedroom part was 80 years old, and then the
Wow.
bathroom was like 60 years old,
Wow.
and it was rough condition. And we remodeled it. We actually gutted the whole thing and jacked it up and kind of leveled the best we could, and put all new stuff in. So we had an old farmhouse with all new plumbing, electrical, heating, and air, and
Wow. Major
so
job. Yeah.
yeah. So I've had some of my tools I've had since then, and that's been 35, 40 years ago. So my table saws I bought back when we was doing all the wood. I had to build cabinets. So I built cabinets too for that one because you had to. Because I don't know, in the old days they leaned all the walls in to keep from falling out or something. That's why, because everything was crooked in the house, everything, and where it's
Wow.
settled and everything. So you had to kind of use a little bit of a imagination to build stuff in there. So
That's
that's how I got
incredible.
a lot of my tools.
And you're still in that house.
No, we sold that house. Our help moved that growed up and moved out. We didn't have no help out there. It was 10 acres, and we
Wow.
raised chickens and had some cow, had a couple horses, and realized cows were a lot funner. So okay, at least you get mad at those. You can eat them or sell them.
Right.
So Yeah, everything we did and working on the buildings, you had to get creative, all the old outbuildings. It was an old farmstead, so
Wow, that's incredible. And are you currently on some acreage, um, and have a somewhat of a homestead going, in Wichita?
now we're kind of on the edge of Wichita. And if you look out our back door, it looks like we're in the country because I've got a bunch of trees and kind of a not really a creek, it's kind of a overflow creek type thing.
Oh,
There's
that's
lots of water
pretty.
running, except when it gets really dry, then it doesn't. But it's more of a flood creek type thing, I guess.
That's nice
And
having running water nearby. The ambience is really cool.
right, yeah, you usually hear it when after it rains a lot, so it comes from a lot of directions. So,
Cool, cool, cool.
but yeah, see where you guys are going to being your first. The first time we bought the farmhouse, we worked on it for 2.5 years before we moved into it. So,
Wow, what an amazing project.
yeah, I wish I could show everybody the pictures and tell all about it because it was quite the project. And
I can imagine. Oh my gosh. From scratch.
anyway, we could take a tour of the shop if you want to.
Yes. Yes, I'd
That
love to
sounds
see
good.
what you got going in your workshop. Some
So what if
inspiration.
happens? I push this reverse, with this reverse button work? You think?
Yes, it should. It should be okay. Lawrence, I'm not taking you off. I'm just taking you off the screen so we could see
There we
more of
go.
Jeff's workshop. Ooh, nice and spacious.
That's the garage. Yeah, that's all. I pull my truck in here. When I pull my camper with it, it gets a little bit tighter in here.
All right.
I, up there, if you can see that. You see, am I going too fast? Online auctions now has been kind of a big thing for me too. I've
Oh,
got
so
all
that's
that wood up
yours.
there from online auction where they closed my lumber
Wow.
yard.
Wow, you are
And
stocked up. Wow. Amazing.
yeah, yeah, I got over here where I do my fretting and a little bit of gluing. Got
Nice
all,
and
I got,
neat.
I did a little,
Yeah.
well, I got a lot of mechanic stuff and who knows what's all in there and bolts and things, but yeah. So I was going to do something. I'm always working on something else by just dulcimers or guitars and stuff and some tools and things. And hopefully we don't lose connection here. So we're going to walk real slow. And drill press. I love that thing. I just use that. I got a better air compressor and that's great. So, hey.
Very cool. Oh my gosh.
And then all kinds of stuff. There's anything on there. A lot of tools in the bottom and stuff, and just parts. And
And I see a cylinder full of
okay,
potential
this is
necks.
got this here in about.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, I got tons of little pieces of this and that. That's the newest member. That's the newest member. That's for to help me make cigar box guitars. I've been wanting one for a long time. So. And there's my table saw. I've had that for 30, 35 years. There, a lot of my stuff's on wheels, so I can wheel it out here, do it, and wheel it back in the corners. And
Nice.
so, and then chop saw, yeah. And a lot of I made cabinets for this house. We rebuilt cabinets, kitchen cabinets here. So that's another good deal of pictures. And
Amazing.
that's my grinder. I bought that one to sharpen my wood turning bits. That's a special wheel on here. That's a CBM or something like that. It's like right below diamonds or something hard.
Wow.
So
This man is
then a joiner.
equipped.
So yeah, it's I've been I've been collecting for a lot of years. I need to handsaw, have kind of put together with the wheels and doing stuff to keep it going. So,
But people,
and this is where I've been having a lot of fun too. Is right over here.
ooh, tell me what that is.
And this, but I think it go.
Oh, we're losing the audio. Guys, no worries. It's just the internet connection. Jeff, we lost your visuals. You're not back on yet. We could hear you though. We can hear you, but we can't see you. Oh, you don't hear them. Chat. Can you guys at least hear Jeff? Do you hear him? Oh, I think we lost him completely. Let me check him. Let me turn around, guys, and see what's going on in OBS Ninja. That's where the feed is coming from. So let me check. By the way, I appreciate everyone being here. The Flute Wizard, Albert, Musical Saw Now, Kevin, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Um, I can hear you, Jeff. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, let me get the link for the visual again, and let's see if we can get Jeff back on the visual. All right. Let me see. Yeah, I'm wondering what is happening with Ninja here. Okay, I'm gonna get the link again, and I'm going to add it here. Properties. Okay. Let's see if we can get this going. Okay. Okay. There we go. We got
There we
Jeff back.
go. I'm back on.
Yay! Oh man. Sorry
You
about
know, way
the.
out.
I think OBS Ninja threw you off when you started having a little bit of signal troubles over there, Jeff. Looks like there might be
Right.
some bad spots in for streaming in your workshop, but no worries. We got you back.
Okay, we're back on good. Yeah, I was wanting to show you a few bowls there because that's a lot of fun too. That kind of tests you a little bit. You can turn in bowls, and I know somebody said, well, that's my thought. Instead of making a round ones, turning a bowl out of round, I'm making guitar out of a bowl, but doing a little bit different, like a
That would be cool,
banjo type,
or something like a banjo or a lute.
right?
Yeah, that would be
It's just my brain's already went there. I haven't got there yet.
one project at a time, right? I have to tell myself
That's
that
right.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah.
So
Go ahead, go ahead. I'm sorry.
a lot of my tools I've got because like building cabinets, we went and priced cabinets to replace the cabinets in this house. They was the old nasty ones, and we priced them, and then it's like this, they're $10,000, $12,000, or I can get these tools and I can build them, and I think we spent $3,000
Hmm.
on cabinets. So
Wow. And
now I got extra tools.
so were you where'd you learn all these amazing skills, Jeff? This is something I guess rare for people my generation to have. I couldn't build a cabinet or build a house. Or repair the house that I'm living in now if I wanted to. Where'd you get all these crazy skills?
Um, I don't know, they were built in or what. When I was an electrician for a lot of years, and got a flag just kind of bothering me here. So watching those guys, how they do it, and asking a lot of questions, and YouTube here. Well, didn't have YouTube back then, but I have them now. So you watch YouTube. There, anything you want to do, you can see
Yeah.
lots of different people doing it. But my dad was always fixing stuff, so I guess I took it. That's the way it was. You just fix stuff, and you did it yourself.
Yeah, we
And I don't
got
know. And some of them must just be built in my. Are you still there? Oh,
Yeah, still here.
hello. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's just kind of my drive to build stuff and do something, and so the cabinets came out really nice in here. I had to build some extra special cabinets to fit in spaces and stuff, and so yeah, I think that's it. Just kind of just asking questions and YouTubing and desire.
Desire. I think that's where it is. Desire. Um, did you guys grow up in the country?
You blinked out again there,
Oh, that
Liza.
it's just my camera. It's misbehaving. It likes
Okay.
to do that. But did you grow up in the country, Jeff?
No, I grew up in a little town northeast of Wichita, about 35 miles. It was population 500, maybe might have been counting some of the dogs and cats too. I'm not sure, but basically we did because we'd ride our bikes down to the creek and play in the water and catch crawdads and fish or whatever, ride to a pond, go swimming, and hung around a lot of farm kids out to their places and stuff. So
That's very cool. This is that type of upbringing is was rare when I was growing up. I knew my my grandparents, at least on my mother's side, he lived. My grandfather had his own farm and ranch out in Cuba, up in the mountains of Oriente, and the guy can build a house. He can build anything. He used to even build guitars out of whatever wood he could find. Um, they were kind of irregular because he just eyeballed guitars and took some measurements, and but he was able to build anything. And that kind of those kind of skills were not passed on uh to my mom. And my mom has other skills though. She can
right.
grow absolutely anything. She did learn a lot about growing stuff and homesteading and canning and preserving and fermenting. She loves to make wine as well, but not with grapes.
Oh,
She grows uh, star fruit, um, guavas. She grows so many fruits. I can't even list them all. She has a ton of
huh.
fruit trees, and she's grafting them because she's making a move up from Miami to North Florida to kind of be with us, so
Okay.
we can help each other,
Awesome.
help our, you know, we could help our homesteads out together. And but she can grow
Right.
anything. She can
Okay. Cool.
ferment
Yeah.
anything. She paints. I mean, yeah, she can't build a house, but she has a lot of skills. And somehow growing
Right.
up, I didn't feel compelled to, learn how to cook from her, learn all of this. And it's only now, I don't know, it's in my 40s that I'm getting into, you know really really getting into making things and growing things and appreciating, really appreciating the homesteading lifestyle. I wish I would have grown up in it. I wish I would have grown up in it. So, or I, or like,
Moving into that kind of atmosphere, kind of, I think, brings you back to it. Yeah.
yeah. And I found that as an
Oops,
artist.
sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I'd say moving into the country kind of brings that out, and I think kind of can bring it out. And I want to I want to grow stuff and grow my own stuff, and
It really makes your
sure kind of
imagination
help.
yeah, really makes your imagination explode. And I don't know. It's I remember I was at least creatively stuck um when we were still living in Miami. And then the moment we moved into this house, like my brain exploded with all these projects that I wanted to pursue, and cigar box guitars being one of them. And it's I don't know, it's a different vibe, different atmosphere, living close to nature. And I don't know. All
Slow
right.
down a little bit.
Oh, Lawrence, let me bring you back in. Let me
What would you
bring
like to see now?
What was that?
Say, what? Who? Me? I said, what would you like to see now? Got some more guitars here. I probably laid them all out and
Show me everything.
I got to show you this one. I got this
Yes,
cedar
show
from a
me
guy in Missouri. Or
Oh, was that a gift
oh,
to
no,
you,
there we
or
go.
did you build it? Lawrence, I'm going to, so we could see more of, there we go.
I built that. I got the cedar.
Oh no! Having some
Kind of stuck there, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah.
Works.
Wi-Fi's a little sticky.
Still having signal problem.
Yeah. Grr technology. Why? We need Jeff. We want to see his builds.
Am I still there?
You're still here, Jeff. It's just sometimes the signal freezes and signal gets stuck. I think it's I think we have you back.
Kind of moving a little bit, but not very good.
All right. Well, let's try to see
I'm gonna hold this up
yeah,
again, see if it comes
go.
up again.
There
It's on my one. It's not on my.
Grr. The moment he
Can you see that?
we could see it.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
It stopped there anyway. From a log, he can turn bowls out of cedar logs or bowls. So I actually cut it up and made a box out of it. It's very a lot of tone to it.
Okay. So we got
It's kind of froze. I can turn. I'm seeing it on, but not on the other. Not on.
oh man, I wish we could see that smoothly. I could tell that wood has
See
so
the back
much,
of it.
yeah, it has so much character. Beautiful. Beautiful. Wow.
I've got a few holes in it where I left in it and stuff.
It's beautiful.
So I figured if it didn't sound or play good, it smelled inside. So it's chromatic cedar. Yeah.
Show us more,
Oh,
Jeff.
we back on yet? Oh, it's being slow, isn't it? Is it me or you doing?
I think your signal's a little unstable today. How's the weather over there?
This is one of.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's cloudy, but better than it. The extender 30 feet from me. I don't know if I can move over to be closer to the window.
Maybe wherever the Wi-Fi extender is, maybe you want to set up close to that, and you could just walk over and bring the guitars over and show us if that's okay. We don't mind. Take your time. Let's set up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
There we go.
The signal's still a little choppy.
The door.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Well, we could see we
You
could
see
at
it all.
least see it and admire your work.
There we go.
Beautiful.
This is going to make a great blues box. It's got this low tone. It's got the magnetic pickup and also has a piezo pickup in there, or piezo,
Nice.
however you might say it.
Nice.
It's going to sounds really good. as just finger style blues. It's got some really low tones and
Love that. Beautiful, beautiful. I love Perdomo. They make
yeah.
beautiful boxes.
All
Very
right,
nice.
I'll go get we'll get my favorite one. Well, here we go. This is probably my favorite when I play. You can see where I drag my fingers on it.
There we go. The brick house.
Brick house, yeah. This has got that red, black ridged humbucker or whatever it is on there. It sounds great. I love playing this one. If I play electro, it's usually this one or my V.
So that's your
So,
one of your go-to boxes.
right,
Instruments. Cool.
right, yeah, because it plays good. And
Webb has a question for you here in the chat. Jeff, he says, just a curiosity question. For comparison purposes, how thick are your guitar bodies?
are my homemade ones or my V boxes, or which boxes are we talking about?
Webb, which guitar bodies do you mean? Do you mean the V boxes or in the montage? Maybe he's talking about the guitar in the montage
Okay.
with the
Yeah, this one over here.
Oh yeah, the man is organized. Oh, that's a beauty. That's a beauty.
That also has that piano soundboard on. I'm running. I got enough to do maybe one more guitar like this with a soundboard. It sounds really good. I don't think you could really hear it.
Yeah, the noise gate is gating it out completely just because of the audio setup. Yeah.
Yeah,
Prevent feedback, but that is beautiful.
yeah. It's I had bend the sides. I built a jig to bend the sides and stuff. I'm thinking about buying a little bit better wood to do the back and sides with, and then put a piano spruce top on it.
Wow.
It's built like a cigar box car. It's got the neck all the way through to the back, and it doesn't touch the top any. So I did put a piezo in there, and it's a little bit I glued it to the top, which is probably a mistake. I figured, well, if that doesn't work out, I'm going to buy one of those instrument mics that I could clip on there and just use a mic over the sound hole.
Are you getting distortion from the piezo right underneath the
It's
bridge?
real, yeah. It's glued to the top, so anything you touch on the top is just like, and it's pretty tendy. But I got this equalizer back that I've had for a while, and my boys had it, and then they gave it back to me. How things like that happen. And that helps because you can really EQ things down and do the input on the gain and stuff on it, and that helps. And
A cool
if I buy a better,
piezo.
if I buy a better amp, that would probably help a lot more too. Because I thought I built one cigar, but I need an amp now to try it, so I spend a whole $100 on an amp, and it's a nice amp, but it's not as good as if you want to sound better. You need something a little better.
Right. Something about piezos though, I've gone for a more unconventional placement of the disc, and I found that since you thread your necks through the guitar, you if I could show you. Let me open one up.
Okay, I'm gonna grab something else while you're.
Well, I'm grabbing something here. Yeah, come on, Perdomo. Cooperate here, please. Ah, yes. Woo. Okay. All right. So I found that placing the piezo. Okay, so oh, here it is. Here's the box. Placing the piezo here gets you a really balanced tone.
Okay.
And it eliminates some of the tinniness of the piezo. Although if you really want to hear what's going on in the box, you might want to keep going with the preamps you're building with. But and this kind of reduces a lot of the sounds, that are produced by you just, strumming or plucking or percussion. It's an
Right.
unconventional.
Yeah, I always do the Dale Puckett way and drill a hole.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Drill a hole in the neck and put it underneath, and then put the what do you call it? Glue gun, and glue it in there that way. So then your bridge sits right on top of it,
Right.
and it's still pretty tinny. But anyway, this is that. It's a Fishman Pro EQ Platinum thing, but it's got all kinds of. It works really good. Can you see all that, or?
Yeah, I could see all that. Definitely. Okay.
So that helps a lot. I can bring in some basses and take out the trebles, and you
Shape
got
the
your
sound,
volume input gain, and
cool beans.
so that helps a lot. You actually got an XLR output on it too. So
XLR.
You want to go to a sound system, yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
So
Well, that's
very nice.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Mike Gorley is here, and he says, "Looks like some sweet CBGs." Hello, everyone. Crashing the party late.
That's okay. Glad you're here.
Alrighty. And so you install those preamps with EQ and tone controls into all of your piezo cigar box guitars?
No, this is just a standalone thing that I.
Oh, okay.
I had acoustic guitar. They put a piezo in, and then I didn't have an EQ on it, so I bought this to EQ that down before I went into a system.
Okay.
And I never did really use it much, so they borrowed it, and I finally got it back. So our boys, they play in an old, I don't know what you'd call 70s, 80s, 90s country song, whatever, rock band. They do a lot of songs and they play in bars, but it's all, most of the songs they do, you can sing along with type songs. And
cool.
When everybody's sitting in a bar drinking beer or whatever they're drinking, they like to sing along, right? Dance. And a lot of people dancing
like
and stuff. So. Oh yeah, let me grab another box for you here.
All right. I'm going to put Perdomo back, folks.
This is my latest one I'm working on. I thought I was going to get it done before the podcast, but got too busy, so I didn't get it done. This is a box. Let's get it up here where you can see it.
Ooh, gorgeous.
This box is like 80 or more years old.
Wow.
It was from Manila, and the factory that burnt down where they made these cigars and boxes and stuff was burnt down in 1944 during the Philippine War, when they were taking the Philippines back in World War II. So it's at least 44 or before that. So
wow. That's an incredible story behind that instrument. Are you planning to sell it?
I'm gonna have to get it finished and see what it sounds like first, because it sounds pretty good. But I left it all the little notches. I didn't try to fix anything, and left the tape on it and everything, because that's just the years of life it's had. So might even have a couple crayon marks on it from the kids. Maybe put crayons in it or something. And
someone, who wants to have a special instrument with a story behind it would surely love to have something like that. And
you probably can't see that neck real good. That is some old yellow pine that came out of our farmhouse on some. It had the old yellow pine and all the trim and everything. So
beautiful.
And the neck is from mahogany.
Wow.
From Beechcraft Airplane Corporation. They had a place upstairs where they did a lot of their computer called Mahogany Row, and they had these big mahogany beams. They'd run the power to their furniture and stuff like that. So when they were remodeling, I got some of those beams I make necks out of and stuff. So can't really,
Look
it
at
don't look
that
very impressive.
beautiful wood.
Yeah. And then that's some more old piano top on for the face on the piano soundboard. Yeah.
Just a master of repurposing. Wow.
Right. So someday we'll be able to hear it, see if it sounds any good. So I want to sell it or whatever.
We got to bring you back, Jeff, when you got, an upgraded audio setup so you could play more on the live for us.
Okay. Yeah. We'll have to go over that and figure out what I need because I say being an electrician, I run tons of power. I can put you power outlets about anywhere. And then towards the end of my career, the last 15, 20 years, I got a VIXI certification, which is being able to certify to run computer cables and test them and put ends on and stuff. And
Cool.
I don't know how many miles up, Cat 5, Cat 6,
Wow.
A, E, Cat whatever, and Cat 6E and Array and that I've ran out there at Spirit. I worked, a lot of my stuff was out at Spirit Aero System towards my last several years.
Wow.
And
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not going to be a problem for you learning these these simple systems for, you know, these simple audio systems for making videos and joining live stream. I mean, you're a very technically minded person. It's not going to be a problem for you at all to jump into the stuff you need for YouTube.
so yeah, it's that, and my wife calls me bullheaded because if I can't figure it out, I'm going to sit there and mess with it. And I do figure it out. I'm not going to. I might quit and walk away and think about something, then come back and work on it again, then come back. That's getting my YouTube channel set up the kind of way I did, and all of a sudden, I got one set up. How'd I do it? It's gonna.
By the way, folks, Jeff's YouTube channel is linked in the video description, so please show him some love. Subscribe to his channel. So, trying to get you some subs, Jeff.
There you go. Thanks. Yeah, I'll be making
millions. The YouTube door to get you started.
I'll be making millions of dollars and stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yes. Yes.
Be rich like all them other YouTube guitar builders.
Oh man, why do we do this? I'll tell you why we do this. We want to be, at least my husband and I, we want to have an independent income as artists. And so I think YouTube is the best platform for creative business. It has so many tools that help creative business owners, and the thing about posting on YouTube is you can post a video today, and it will still get traffic a year from now, depending on what people are looking for on the platform. You post on Instagram or you post on X and other things, your post from yesterday is no longer showing up in anyone's feed today. So it's like you're a slave to posting, and you can't really I don't know. You can't really create a library that will be accessible to people on the platform in the future. YouTube does. Does dish out your older videos to people, so you could put together quite a catalog, and the more you post, the more traffic your channel will get. And if you stay consistent and don't give up, you'll get some traction for sure. That's been my experience. So
got from my technical engineer hand me a seal here. Somebody, Mike G, wants to talk about necks.
Necks. Okay. Let's look at your necks then.
Well, there's kind of an interesting deal I do with my necks. My scarf joint and this joint here, I use the same jig as I do for my points on my V guitars. I made some simple jig. Let me set this down.
Secrets from the master, folks.
This is a simple jig I do. I build my V's off of. It's just a sled. They call it sled. It slides on my table saw. And this one right here, this angle right here is what I use for those big peaks on the deal. And I put my necks on there. And that's what I cut my scarf joints angle and my heels for my necks. I'm give you guys a heads up when I do get going my YouTube better. The first thing I'm going to do is show people how to build a V box, which
Oh no, signal troubles. Ah, oh no.
real simple jigs that like this.
The
You know, it's just
Wi-Fi
a piece of
gods
scrap
hate us
wood with,
today, Jeff.
and this one over here I can move. There we go. Okay, I haven't moved. Yeah.
Oh,
This one over here is why I move around. I'll do my other. There's like 3 different angles you got to get to build those boxes. And this one I can put one way, and then I've got another set I'd screw it down on, and I'll get the other 2 angles I need.
well, we look forward to your video tutorials, Jeff. I will be waiting with bated breath.
So hopefully I answered Mike's questions on my necks, what else you'd like to know, but I've never did a through neck through the back of the box yet. I've always did it inside, stop it inside the box and do it that way.
Okay.
I need to try it, see, because I've seen a lot of people do it. So
well, we do it because it's easy. We just want something that we could finish in a few days and start playing. Mike says, I was gonna ask if you were gonna do some instruction videos. I subscribed, said Mike. So Mike is a subscriber to your channel now, Jeff.
okay. Cool, great. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, I plan on it. As soon as it's gonna be a couple of weeks, I'm gonna start my V-Box build for my first one. You guys are getting the inside scoop of what I'm doing. Nobody else knows I was gonna do that. So you all get the inside scoop of what my first video is gonna be and show you how I build, how I come up with everything. Let me grab that one of those boxes.
Guys, you're gonna love these boxes. Oh my god. The famous flying V. Here it comes.
Here it comes.
Aha.
So that first angle that I do my necks, do the scarf joint and the heel is this angle right here. I couldn't tell you what it is. And then you got, this is a different angle, this is a different angle, and then these up here are different angles.
Wow. Asymmetrical, yet it comes together so perfectly.
Right. Yeah, and I got just a simple jig. I got blocks that I kind of clamp these to hold it square, and then just shims I put in there just to hold it together when I'm gluing it together. It's kind of, I really don't use a whole lot of clamps to glue it together. And then put your blocking in for your screws. And my first one I didn't have to. My second one I had to put some blocks in here for extra screws because the top wasn't laying straight or wouldn't lay down. So, which is no big deal. You just glue a couple blocks in there. And then I always use first couple I built, I used hickory for the tops, and that was probably a mistake because they're hard. If you don't get your seam, see, this is actually has a seam right down the middle. I think, yeah, it has to. Yeah, it has a seam. You can't hardly see it, but it does have a seam down the middle. And if you don't get that seam good, you got to sand it. And hickory doesn't like to be sanded. It doesn't like to be.
That's good to know.
So then I started going with, then I started going with the poplar.
Okay. Is that
because it sands a little bit.
Is that characteristic of all hardwoods? For example, oak?
Oak's probably a little harder, but I think hickory's even a little harder.
Oh wow. Okay. That's
So,
very
yeah.
hard. Yeah.
And this is like 1/4-inch birch. And I always do a hard top, solid top, because if you're dragging your arm up here, you got a chance to do a little flaking on your plywood with, after years or whatever So I always do the opposite when you're dragging your arm across there, and that and tone too. But there's not really much tone to a box. They're more electronics
Okay.
to a bebop.
Okay.
So yeah, I've sold a couple of them, and I gave several away. I gave them to the builders to see what they could do, and that's always interesting to
Oop, I'm still here.
contact.
No worries.
Hey, I contacted Mike down at Southern Fire to give him one,
Yes, I love his channel.
and
Has he built one? I have to go visit his
yeah, he painted it blue. Yeah, it's nice. I think he still has it. Still for sale. I think I looked the other day. I always get his feed when he's putting new guitars on. He builds a lot of guitars. I don't know if he's selling them or not, but he builds a lot of guitars, and it was still on there then. So anybody who's looking to buy one, he has one for sale. So
Mike from Southern Fire
I
Guitars.
built. Yep,
Fellow Floridian.
he seems like a pretty nice guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, he is. He seems like a pretty nice guy.
I think
Dale Puckett's got one, but I know
yeah.
he was working on it, but I don't know if he's ever finished it yet. I never did see no finished videos. He was getting really close, but I don't think I've ever seen any finished videos. He's getting busy though, getting his festival ready to go.
Right, right. I can imagine organizing an event so big and having such a large channel. I would think his festival gets flooded. But you've been to the Southwest. It's the Southwest Cigar Box Guitar Festival. That's Del Puckett's, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of out there at a little winery, probably 20 miles from, well, Bernalillo is a little town north of Albuquerque, and it's probably 20 miles from there. And it's
Wow.
just a little community type. Well, it's I don't know what rural community, I guess, type thing. There's houses,
Nice.
but they're not right on top of each other.
Right, right.
And we'll see how he gets people interested to come out from the bigger town or
That would be cool. If
get some.
so
Yeah,
his festival is, it's growing. It's not too crowded, not yet. And I
no.
understand that you're going to be camping on site.
Yes, we're open to. Yeah, so we can maybe help set up the stage or stuff, or help do whatever we need to do, and just hang
Nice.
out, pick some. That guy can play really good.
You
He's
both
just
can play very well. Yes.
he's just I think several notches above me as far as what do you want to say, all the tech or the like the fists and everything like that. He's got all that kind of stuff figured out. He's really good. The
Yeah,
different tunings and everything. Yeah,
he's like a fount of knowledge when it comes to guitar. And yeah, I've really liked his videos where he covers just intonation. Haven't tried it yet, but yeah,
right. I'm thinking about building one of those one of these times.
very cool. Very cool. Oh, okay, yes, I see. So Webb from the Electric Cigar Box is asking, wondering if the hollow V would feed back hard hollow, my style anyway.
I don't think they really feed back any because they're pretty solid. They don't. I say they're not like that other acoustic guitar. They don't have that sustain or anything. It doesn't really. It's definitely not very loud if you don't plug it in. It's definitely a plug-in guitar.
Right.
I don't even know. Even putting, you really don't have room to put. I put a sound hole in my first one. The other one I didn't put no sound hole because there's really not a whole lot of place to put sound holes in. Just tell me you get your neck inch and a half down the middle and put controls on one side, and you really got this other one up here. Just about the only place you got to
But you were just
put.
inspired by the shape and had to build a guitar in that shape.
I started out. My first brain thought was to do it squared off back this way, and just do kind of like a V, but not. Then the longer I thought about it, the more I wanted to do it this way and do it this traditional style.
That's cool. I think Trekkies would be into that guitar as well.
Oh yeah, if you could whatever pickups you want to put in there. I've got a double hum on my other one. I got a double up front and then one by the bridge too. So and then a three-way switch, so you can have one front or back or both of them together.
Very
And it
cool.
sounds like an electric guitar. That's just basically what it is.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with
No,
that. No.
but I got some more information over here. Hang on a minute. I wonder if I can move back. You think you can still pick me? You want to try moving back over there or
Let's
no?
try it. Let's try it.
Okay. If I fall off the world again, I am out here in Kansas. Let's try over here. You still there?
Yep. You're still here.
All right. Okay. Another one of my things I want to do is teach people to learn, I guess is what I'm going to say. I know when I was learning to play guitars, a guy gave me a sheet like this. I don't know if you can see that or not.
Can't make out the details. It's a little pixelated. What you got there? Oh, fretboard.
That is
Okay.
a neck up fretboard.
Okay.
And go back and do it like this. Helped me a lot on guitar. I don't know if you can see that very well or not, but do whatever strings you put, you tune your strings, then you go back and you do all your notes on there. So can you see that?
Yeah.
Not real well. So anyway, I've got a lot of my guitars are tuned to E, B, E. I write that on there. So then when I come back, the next line here is like F, C, F, doing the actual notes. And the next one's a F sharp or G flat and all the way down the neck to 12. So if you're looking for a chord somewhere else, you're tired of playing this same chord up here, you can go down here and find out where you can match up and play another chord.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or the same, to match up the
Very
same.
useful chart. Yeah.
And that helped me a lot when I was playing my regular guitars.
Very cool.
I did draw up this. Some guy, after I did Del Puckett's deal, I drawed up I don't think
Yeah, I'm not seeing any detail.
probably can't see that real well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been copied, but
What's on that?
that's actually all the sizes of my V boxes.
Oh.
As far as how many inches across, how many inches down, and because the
Oh,
guy
so
was building one, he says, "I think I'm
together nice schematic.
yeah, just to how big everything is." And my V boxes are 2 inches. As far as the side walls are 2 inches usually.
Okay. Very cool.
So hopefully get that on there so somebody can, once I figure out how to take a snap of it and then put it in the comments, and they can copy it off the comments or whatever, hold it still long enough they can take a screenshot of it or something if they wanted, or somehow to get it to people if they want to build their own boxes.
Well, something you could do, Jeff, is maybe set up a free website, one that you don't have to and just upload PDFs on there, and people can download. You could have say you're talking about you produced a video about building the Flying V boxes, and you want to share that PDF with people watching the videos. Like, hey, and if you need more information, I got this PDF in the video description box. You can link to that PDF if you were to have a website. You could build a website on Wix for free, or on what do you call beacons.ai, and upload your documents there, and then you could link, from there, or even simpler, You don't have to build a website. What am I talking about? You have you're on YouTube now. You have a Google Drive. Just upload your PDF to Google Drive, and create a share link, and then you could add that to a video description box if you want to share
Okay.
documents like that. That's much easier, right?
Right. There you go.
There you go. Easier. That's
Yeah,
easier.
I'm taking baby steps at a time on this, all this video stuff and all this technology stuff. And
So, what what kind of brought you to YouTube? Wanting to, you've been a part of the cigar box guitar community for a long time. People have known you through festivals and your interactions in in videos and things like that. What brought you to YouTube as a creator?
everybody encouraging that does the cigar box guitars. It's everybody goes, you need a YouTube channel. You need to get one. Yeah. And it's
Good.
fun. It's great. You get rich and everything else. They tell me, I think they lied to me. I think they lied to me on some of that stuff. No, they didn't say that. But Dale Puckett did it. And then I don't know if you've watched any Caden Finch. He's out of Texas, and we met him at the festival. And nice young man. He's a worship pastor at a church here in Texas by
I've
Hereford.
Was he on Del Puckett's podcast? I think I've
Yes, he was. Yeah.
Yeah, I've subbed to his channel. I see him come up on my feed. If I have to catch up with his videos. Look forward to.
Yeah, he hasn't been doing as much. I know he's busy. He's got 3 kids and young
It's
kids,
tough.
and so
It's tough.
he's pretty busy. And but he's got one of my boxes. He's got a video on building the V box too, his version of it too. So
Very cool. Very cool.
he's very nice. Him and his wife are very nice. So I think they're going to be at the festival again
Yeah.
and get to see him again and stuff. So,
Yeah, I can't wait to connect with you and all of you guys in the chat in person at one of these festivals one day. It's on my bucket list and on the I mean, and hopefully it won't be too much down the road. We just got to get some, you know, got to get our creative businesses up and running like a well-oiled machine,
right?
and then have some flexibility to go out and travel. My husband and I used to travel a lot to music festivals, um, and we used to have a lot of fun. I kind of miss it. Kind of miss it.
Yeah, well,
Not
we
kind of
went
miss
to
it. I do miss it.
okay. Yeah, in the festival. Yeah, well, they're a lot of fun. I mean, we've been to probably more bluegrass festivals than we have cigar box festivals. So, and we got a favorite one we've been going to for 28, 9 years or something like
Oh
that there in
wow!
Missouri, which is coming up again. So, and
And
of
where's
course,
that? Where's that?
it's about 35 miles past Springfield, headed to St. Louis. When you're going from Springfield, Missouri to St. Louis, it's about 35 miles from Springfield. It's just
Okay,
this guy, little bitty old podunk town, Conway, Missouri, and it's out in this farmer's field. I mean, he does
that's
have a built-in
awesome.
amphitheater with trees, big oak trees, and then stage down there. He's been losing some trees, but it's still like a
Hey,
built-in.
that sounds like what me and my husband want to do. Got to go out there and see how they do it.
Right? Yeah, that's. I mean, so you learn a lot. That's one thing I like about the bluegrass festivals. They don't want to keep you there, so they have food, all kinds of food stuff there,
Oh
and
man,
some vendors and
cool.
shower houses and camping, and that's having camping there and keeps everybody there. So that's and
Yeah,
then they'll have several big name bands come there. They spend the money on bands. Bands are kind of expensive to hire. So
I can. Yeah, I can imagine. Um, yeah. So who does he have playing this year? What's the lineup?
um, I don't know if you've ever heard of Rhonda Vincent, but she is like the queen right now. She's like one of the top bluegrass ladies, and her
Wow.
band's top notch band. And I looked, but I can't remember who else is going to be there. But it's usually very people that's in the top of the field that play there. So
Does and you mean this is Mr. Puckett's?
no,
Or
oh no,
that's the
remember
one out in the
Missouri
Oak, in the
in
Oak
the
stage.
Ozarks,
Okay, cool.
Ozarks, or yeah,
Yeah.
and Dale, I'm not sure who all he's got playing. So hopefully I'll catch a spot on there and get to play a little bit and share everybody what I got going on.
Cool. Cool. I
It's
see.
a
Yeah,
of all
go
the
ahead.
things you do in life, I never getting on stage gives you such a tingle, such a rush. Does me anyway, getting on stage.
No, me too.
Yeah.
Miss it a lot, miss it a lot. We're gonna looking forward to getting back into it. And Mike says Rhonda Vincent is great.
Yeah, her banjo player, the guy who had the festival, he's getting too old, so her banjo player took over running that festival. And he is super. Him and his wife are just super. They have help too, but they are just super nice people. Just Missouri hillbillies. They,
Awesome,
they're,
awesome.
they're super nice people. But
Alrighty. Let me bring
so
Lawrence back on. I see that he's active. I'm sure he wants to pick your
uh,
brain about a few things, but I have him off of the screen. Lawrence, I'm bringing you back. Here he is.
Okay.
he's back.
He's back.
Yeah, I didn't I didn't want to speak too much since I'm not on screen,
Well,
just
now
being a
you are.
disembodied voice.
Now you are embodied.
All righty. So yeah, I don't know. You've been pretty thorough with the questions. They've been good ones, and I'm finding it hard to really come up with one right now. uh,
So,
so
uh,
what is your like? Is there a current project that you're working on right now?
Yeah, that old one. Did you see that old one I had, or could you see it very well, or not?
Um.
The 80-year-old box.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, so that's the
Yeah,
current one.
that's current right now, and uh,
Okay.
and I got the box I got from Liza. I'm gonna start making my first slide. I've never really made a slide guitar before, per se, and
do you play slide, Jeff?
not very well. It sounds when you sound bad at something, you don't practice it. When you know you should practice it, you can get better. That's the hard part. You go, oh, that sounds terrible. I'm done. Put that down. And
No, I can understand that. I feel the same about fretting. It's like, no, forget it. I'm good with my one finger chords. So,
yeah, I mean, you you can fret a non-fretted guitar, but I guess they do violins and upright basses, and so you can always fret those.
you can. It's at least with my builds, the string height is so high. It's not practical anymore. You know,
Right? Yeah.
I really do just build sliders. There's an exception with the Perdomo behind me where that one can be both fingered and played with slide, but that one uses wound nylon strings, so the strings are soft and the
Okay.
string height isn't too high. But
Right.
most of my guys, the strings are just, even though they're low tension, they're and light strings, they it's hard to press them down all the way down to the board because they are just I just build sliders because that's what I
Right.
play. So
Right. Yeah. Well, you do what you like and do what you
exactly.
want. So, and bad. And if you
Exactly.
get them too far, you throw your intonation off on your guitar because you got too much height when you stretch it, though. So you stretch that string out of one string gets stretched farther, and so you don't have very good tone on your. If you're too high when
Right.
you bend the string too much. Right.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you try to press down on it, it's like, wait, I'm supposed to get this here and I'm not getting that. That's because of the string. It's too much.
Although on Liza's guitars, a lot of times you don't press the slide all the way down to the board.
No, the slide isn't supposed to go all the way down to the board.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be, something that I've been finding is people who prefer sliding or it I would think that guitarists would really, most guitarists would pick up slide very quickly. And I'm finding that some guitar, it's like either you understand it or you don't. You have a feel for it or you don't. And there's only one guy that I know, a friend. I made a friend who he's an incredible guitarist. He never picked up a slider ever in his life. His father used to play slide and wanted to teach him, but he wasn't interested. And now, um, he picked up my cat tabac, my first build, and just in a matter of moments, he understood exactly what he needed to do. It was like, hey, I'm actually good at slide. And so, but I find that that's, you know, not all great guitarists are great at slide guitar. And I just thought that, I don't know. um I mean, I either you like it or you don't. You have a feel for it or you don't, or you know. Anyway,
Maybe I'll try laying it down like a dobro and play it in that way. You know what a
yeah,
dobro?
give it a shot. Give it a shot. I mean, I find that I get more mileage that way because it's just for me a more relaxed way to play. But again, if you're a legit guitarist, the and just to clarify, I'm not a slide guitarist. Slide guitarists can do so much more than what I can do. I am a one finger slide player, I guess. I need a short way to say that. I'm just a
Yeah,
casual player, so
it's a little tricky trying to get the one string and let the other ones ring or not touch the other ones. That kind of gets me too. But I just need to buckle down and practice.
yeah, we all do. But but you are an
Practice,
incredible.
build.
You can really, really play. I mean, I know that most of the folks in the chat haven't seen the montage. Do you mind if I play it for them again so they could see your chops?
Not at all. Yeah, I
All
couldn't even
right.
hear it. I guess maybe it won't come on. It didn't come on when you were playing. I didn't hear I could see
Well,
me playing. But
the way that I have the monitoring system working, the audience can hear it, but you can't hear it. So, but
okay.
yeah, so you won't be getting any of your audio. But let's introduce your playing to the people who haven't seen it, because you are an incredible player, performer, songwriter. And so let me get that montage up. What was it? Ah, okay.
And this feeling inside of me, what it was, I should have seen. Went back on, and she was gone. Now I'm standing here, holding on. Well, someday I know I will get over and find someone who won't treat me like a fool. Standing here without
Amazing, Jeff. Amazing. And I know that the chat must have some questions for you now. So, chat, give me some questions to relate to Jeff. And they all love your playing. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
So young. Oh my gosh. Right. Right. My goodness. Well, we need to have you back, Jeff. Definitely when you know we've worked out the audio stuff. Um, Once you've updated your audio setup for streaming, we definitely have to have you back so you could play for us live. Yes, yes. Cool.
mm-hmm.
That would be beautiful. And maybe she can also play the bass. The bass that you're building for her. What do you mean overkill? In regards to the net. Whoa. Okay. So a person with does she have small hands like me? It's still though with the finger strength. Yeah, I can get that. Oh, the tension.
Mm.
Well, something that I learned about that had me considering building short scale basses is that Martin and Co has these um wound nylon strings for 24-inch scale basses. They're made for kid basses and shorter scale, less tension, and and you could use basically any neck. Uh so I'm planning to build a short scale, maybe just starting with two strings and see how it holds up. But yeah, there's strings out there that'll, you know, make it easier and not have to worry about bowing necks. Yes, yes. Yep, yep. A good bass amp and you're good to go. Awesome, awesome. You're getting her set up. No. Yeah. But yeah, tough to travel with, yeah. Oh, Jeff, the chat is telling me they could only hear me and Lawrence. Chat, can you hear Jeff now? Were you able to hear him just now? Wondering what's going on with Oh no. Can we hear Jeff now, chat? No, Kevin. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to
Wow.
Ah, man. Chat isn't hearing Jeff. Okay, let's see.
Well, I don't know if it's you because we hear you fine on OBS Ninja. It's just over the stream, it's not coming through. So it's probably something in OBS, Liza.
Okay, let me see what's going on. Browser. Oh wait, wait. Ah, I'm still here. It's just my camera misbehaving again. All right, let me see. Browser, audio. Okay, say something, Jeff.
All right, I'm still here. Can they hear me out there?
Can can you guys hear Jeff now?
You just got to wait a little bit because of the delay.
Yeah, there's a little bit of delay between us and YouTube.
So is
Can
anybody over in anybody around in my area? Anybody live close to Kansas besides Crystal?
Can you guys hear Jeff? Can you hear him? Oh, you can't see me.
Yep.
Can you
Yay!
hear me?
Okay, Jeff, I don't know what's going on with my hotkeys, but sometimes they like to mute things that are not supposed to be muted. So that's my fault, folks. It wasn't Jeff. That was my fault. Kevin says I live in Kansas City. So you guys are
Oh, cool.
Right.
practically neighbors.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, Kevin was on last week.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he was the one that started the festival there.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry about that. I've seen I've seen 2005, it was 2025. Well, it was 2015 for the number 5 fest. I got a little confused there when I saw the festival in Kansas City.
Yeah. It's sad it isn't going anymore, but I mean, running a festival, man, yeah,
Mm.
I'm sure it can take a toll on you, especially,
Right.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think what they need to do, I thought of this, I'm sure somebody else has too, but I didn't get, sent this to Shane Spiel, but he didn't answer me back. Maybe he's gone, no thanks. But is getting some kind of a website where you could post your festivals that you're having and dates. So if somebody's in the area or going to be in that area, whatever that certain time, they could attend the festival and find out, well, okay, I'm going to go over here and do this. But figuring out how to do that might be a little tough. Keep somebody that would post it and update it when it, contact information and everything would be a good thing.
That would be a good thing to have, like a go-to place to see where all of the annual CBG festivals are happening, when and where, and travel info. Kevin says he misses it, putting together the festival. And but you know what? If no one's done that, that might be something that you can include in your website when you build a website.
Right.
Jeff, you know, have a go-to place for, since you're so well traveled and you know about so many festivals, and you know, maybe have a little blog where you can, you know, post information as you find it. And now I'm wondering if there's a way that that blog on an external site can drive traffic to your YouTube. Any thoughts on that, Lawrence?
Yeah, I mean, usually the way things are nowadays is people are mostly in platforms, so they don't do a lot of searching for websites across the internet. And usually
Yeah,
it's
I'm
like the
thinking
YouTube channel that funnels people to the website.
early 2000s is still in my head.
I know through the bluegrass deal, they have of course, they might, I don't know what they charge or not, but they have a big website that people post their festivals and the dates and contact and a website where they can go to the festival or something to find out who's playing. And
I know there's a big cigar box guitar group on Facebook. Webb knows about Webb. Can you give me the name of the group?
Also,
there's
okay. Well, I was just going to add that I did a search on Gemini. I asked what Cigar Box Guitar Festivals are coming up this summer, and it mentioned the Huntsville one, it mentioned the Southwest, and it's mentioning here Santa Sadori
Hmm.
vineyards
Sandstone,
in
yeah, that's Del Puckets.
that's in New
Oh, okay. That's
Mexico.
also Del Puckets. Okay.
So there's 3 this summer.
Hail, Scott Hovitt. Welcome.
So I guess you can use AI to to
AI
aggregate them together.
AI is, from what I'm hearing, things like Gemini and ChatGPT are kind of taking over searches, and
Oh,
that
there's one in New Orleans also.
us
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
what
wait a minute.
yeah.
It took place in January. I said, what's coming up this summer? So there
Yeah.
we go. That's the
There's one in
perfection
St.
of
Louis, but
AI.
you probably, yeah, it kind of, I don't know who does it, Google or whoever steers you in just a certain direction. They don't let you, it doesn't broaden out to what you think. You know, you say,
Or
okay,
what
cigar
we
box
could do,
festivals.
yeah, what we could do is talk about them here, and that way people have to tune in on Sundays to find out what's coming up. There is the
Always thinking
There
Pennsylvania.
you go.
strategically.
That's what,
There's the Pennsylvania Cigar Box Guitar Festival in August.
Hey, is that organized by Shane
okay.
Spiel? Is
It
Shane
doesn't say.
Okay, it
It's
doesn't say.
August 23rd,
Okay.
2025.
I think it's another guy's putting that on, and Dale had him on his podcast. Another guy that kind of does part of that. He was talking about it.
All right. Oh,
Another thing is
yeah. Go
that
ahead.
because Shane Bill has a thing where he gets these builders from the local area that get together once a month and
I've
share
heard about
parts and
that.
stuff and storage.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that'd be cool. I don't know if there's how I'd get the word out here to find people around here to do that. Would be cool too. So,
Well, maybe you
and a place to do it.
maybe you and Kevin can get together.
There you go.
There you go. I mean, I'm
There's got to be more builders up Kansas City.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. And so, yeah, Webb says that he reminded me of the name of the Facebook group, the Cigar Box Builder. I should know the name of the group because I'm part of the group, and they post everything on there. So you do have to apply to get in, but I'm sure you tell people who you are and that you build cigar box guitars, you'll be let into the group. Webb, who is the founder of that group? Do you remember? Again, I'm horrible with names, folks. Um, I know that we follow each other on YouTube as well.
Well, Kevin says sounds good. So,
Oh, you
you,
might possibilities there, Jeff. Kevin says maybe something can be put up at Cigar Box Nation to announce festivals and concerts and stuff. All right. Who organizes Cigar Box Nation?
I think I joined it, but I'm not sure what to do with it yet. So
Yeah, I think I've joined it, but I haven't used the site. I'm also a member of the CB Giddy,
okay.
where they allowed builders to post about a build. I have my first build on there, and I think I'm part of that blog. But really, it's so much to juggle. I'm active on YouTube, and I try to maintain a TikTok, but
oof.
just between YouTube and my mailing list and keeping up with emails, communicating with you guys, for me that's enough. It's a lot to keep up with, and you guys keep me posted about everything. So it's part of the reason I haven't branched out to looking at what's being posted on Cigar Box Nation and on CB Giddy.
Yeah, I belong to one of the groups. It's original cigar box guitar or something like that. Don't remember what the name of the group is. And you post something, it takes a while somebody to clear it, make sure it'll get on there. So I posted a few things on there.
Cool.
That's actually where I posted that other video, me playing my V box, and I'm not sure if it goes anywhere else but there, but I've got over 500 hits on it. So
Cool.
that's
Is
pretty
that
cool.
Facebook? Facebook?
Yeah, on Facebook, a group on Facebook. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so there are a few. I would imagine there'd be a few cigar box guitar groups on Facebook. Cool. Cool.
Yeah, I've seen 3 or 4 of them. Yeah, I'm sure there's more.
All right. Well, of all the platforms, I still think that YouTube is the go-to platform, especially if you want to start a little creative business on the side, or if you want it to be your mainstay. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. So
Our way.
any questions for Jeff, folks? I don't want to talk about myself. I want to talk about Jeff. Give me questions for Jeff, chat.
Let me check my list out again.
Nation has a lot of CB Giddy stuff.
I made a big
Yeah. What you
I
got
made a
there?
list on yeah, I was gonna go first dulcimer festivals. I know I talked the last time too on what I use on my finishes on my necks and some of my boxes
Oh
is
yes.
I put on my bowls. I learned it actually through my brother-in-law. They call it wood turner's honey or something like that, what they call it. But
I
it's
think I've seen that. Yeah.
3 equal parts of bullseye shellac, pulverized linseed oil, and denatured alcohol. You mix equal parts of that together, and then it brings out the natural. That's probably what's on that cedar box is that same finish like that.
Nice.
And then clear coat it.
So you use this before putting in the clear coat? You mean just polyurethane?
Yeah, spray lacquer on after you. This will bring out the natural beauty of the wood, and then spray a lacquer finish on it to seal it.
Okay.
It will kind of seal it, but it won't be that harder seal using this stuff. I mean, it does, the shellac does kind of finish it off, but if you want something a little bit better, you can spray lacquer on top of it.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, let me see. Woods. Flute Wizard is asking, any plans to make some new guitars with fancier woods? He's asking.
The Flute
Yeah, I
Wizard
plan
is
on
known
doing.
for using some pretty exotic woods.
Yeah, he does. It was pretty interesting. I never really thought. I still don't understand how that all works. So I'd like to see one and be face to face talking about it. But he's clear out in Nevada or something. Not Nevada.
Oregon.
Somewhere up Oregon. Yeah. When I do this one right here again, I'm planning on maybe buying some rosewood
Nice.
or some instrument grade material. But I got to get me a little better steamer for my wood so I can bend it without splitting it out, because this has some. You can't see it, but it had a little bit of split out and stuff in it and stuff. But you can't see it because you glue them all back together and make it all nice.
Hardcore. You have a steamer. Wow. Cool beans. Yeah.
I didn't do very good that time. I just had a bucket of water on my little crawdaddy fryer thing and putting the wood on there and putting the steam, letting the steam come up and just kind of steaming that way. It works. It just.
Okay. How long does it take to steam a piece of wood into shape? How what's that process like?
Well, I get it I put it on there, steam it, get it all wet, and I really don't have it where I can just sit it in a box somewhere. And I've seen these boxes where they stick the whole piece in there and the steam goes through and gets the moisture in. And once you put it in there, it wouldn't be like 10, 15 minutes. You wouldn't want it more than that, I don't think.
Oh, okay.
And then you just slowly bend it, the shape of your jig, and just slowly bend it, and it just kind of bends. You don't go too fast or it'll crack out. You just let it slowly bend, let it bend itself basically.
Wow. And to get the shape that you want, does it take a few hours or just a few minutes as
A few minutes really. It
Oh,
don't because you don't want it drying out time. And you kind
okay.
of hold it there overnight, let it set there in that jig overnight, and then I've got another jig that's the same shape as that guitar that I set it in there while I bend the other one. I can only bend one at a time, so then
Wow. Okay.
they're kind of up there above me. You can't really see them, but building that jig was kind of fun too because it's actually the base of the body was out from an electric guitar body. I just traced it on paper, and then I had another small body guitar that I did the top part and kind of married them together. Then I was too big, so then I built a little jig that I could trace it and make it smaller inside itself, and then
That is
cut it out.
super cool. I would love to see that process on video. Just curious.
As far as bending wood, or
Yes, bending wood. Yeah. Yeah.
we get to this V box, and then maybe that's what we'll do next is build one of those or
Level 2. Yeah.
something.
uh the electric cigar box, Web from the electric cigar box says, sounds like ya have played bass before.
I have played a little bit stand-up bass. I really have never played electric bass before. I've always played a little bit through the bluegrass. I play a little bit of stand-up bass, and it's a lot of fun. One bass player told me, he says, bass playing, you can make it as fun or as boring as you want to, whichever way you want to go with it. So,
Our friend Scott says,
Yeah.
there's a lake near me that the found oak petrified trees that sank into the bottom of the lake. The wood they found was to be used to make musical instruments, they said.
right.
Petrified wood. Man,
Petrified oak.
petrified oak. Wouldn't that
It's
be
gonna be.
impossible to work with?
I did see a video on that. I don't know if it was for Taylor or who that was, but when they were logging, they get a jam. A lot of the logs get pushed down in the mud, and they were there for 100 years or whatever. And somebody's down there found them, and he's digging them out, which is a little pricey, I think, digging these big logs out. But they got pushed down the mud, so they're all perfectly preserved, so they're not gotten rotten or anything. The mud kind of sealed them all off from the air getting to them and the water.
Mm.
How do you
And
work
I don't
with
remember.
something that's been petrified, though?
Yeah.
That,
Is petrified wood still wood, or is it like
yeah.
fossils where it's minerals? Or...
Yeah, I think it's more minerals. It kind of gets hard though. It's like hedge tree gets really hard when it dries out. You can't drive a nail in it. You probably can't when it's green either, really.
Mm.
People tell me that about oak. We have a lot of fallen oak on our property because of the hurricanes we've been having these past few years. But someone, it's like if you want to work with it while it's green because once it's dry, forget it. And so we have a well, we have a
Right? Yeah.
yeah, we have a ton of dry logs out there, and ah, imagination goes wild when you look at it, but then you see how hard they are. It's like, man.
Mm.
Every time I see a hurricane or storm tornado goes through, I'm thinking, oh man, look at all those bowls on the ground. I don't want to kill no trees, but because I like trees. But when I see them on the ground, I was going, man, there's a whole bunch of bowls sitting there going
There
away.
you
It's going to be
go.
burned up or hauled off. And
Exactly. Be used for something, not just,
Mm-hmm.
discarded, you know.
oh yeah.
Well, folks, Lawrence, do you have any closing thoughts for us today?
Let's see. No, I don't.
Jeff, have any closing thoughts before I plug your YouTube channel?
Now this has been really fun. It's nice getting to know you guys and stuff. And actually, I didn't know Lawrence was your husband until maybe last deal. He goes, "Oh, there's my husband Lawrence coming on." You just said Lawrence is coming on. I thought maybe he's a neighbor helping out or something. Kind of is a neighbor.
Yeah,
Uh,
I should be yeah,
I'm not much help.
it didn't even occur to me. See how considerate of a wife I am. It didn't even occur to me to officially announce him because he's made cameos on my YouTube channel, and people must. I've never officially announced. Oh, by the way, this is my husband Lawrence, partner in crime.
How many years?
It we got married 20, was it
14.
2013, 2014?
2014, August. So yeah, it's gonna be 11 years this August.
11 years. Awesome. Good job. Awesome.
Cool beans.
You made it past the hard one in 7 years. Isn't that the hard one they say?
I don't know.
Depends which side you're asking.
It's been good. It's been
Good.
good. Yeah, and a musician deserves a musician, and so it's nice to see that you and your wife play music together, and yeah, we're trying to get a repertoire together,
Right.
and hopefully, Lawrence, you will be in one of my videos playing music along with. We're putting together a program for a lecture about the history of the cigar box guitar in November. It's going to be a musical lecture, and we're still getting our program together. Still trying to figure out: are we going to incorporate harmonica in this, or are we going to have this and this and that and that? And so, yeah, wish us luck. So.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I
Sure.
would love to see
Oh,
you and your wife together in videos playing some music. It's really inspiring as a musical couple ourselves. To see other people. Other people doing it.
right. Yeah. She we keep each other online, keep each other going. Something happened, and we're kind of all there.
Cool.
So I remember here a while back. A couple of things here real quick. You had another guy on there. He said he just bought that Russian instrument, that 3-string Boleki or something. You remember that or not? He had actually had 4 strings on or 8 strings on his. Remember, or 6 strings. You remember that guy? No, it was like 2 ago, maybe 3 ago.
Huh. Was it?
But anyway, I
Oh,
said there's a video online where there's a lot of videos about these Russian instruments. And it's one of the videos is she was 10 years old playing with this orchestra, and she's just up and down the neck all the time. It's kind of a classical Russian songs or something like that they play. But
Cool. Cool. You're
they're
gonna
really,
have to you're gonna have to text me or email me links and
yeah. I don't remember which one it was that had those. He talked about
it
buying them,
sounds
but
like Mike.
was it Mike?
I think so because it's like 2 ago. I mean, that would have been Mike.
yeah,
So
it might have been before the flute guy. You had Kevin, the flute guy, and somebody before him, maybe.
Yeah, that was Mike.
oh,
Okay.
I don't
Mike says that's me.
Oh, Mike.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
6
sorry,
strings.
Mike. Oh my gosh, my memory,
Yeah,
Mike.
we meet up with Mike weekly for Earworms, the stream that I host.
Okay.
It's like, send me a link to my own thing. It's like, where did you see that? Okay, all right, cool.
Well, this girl that plays it, she's older now, but yeah, it's this incredible instrument. I was going to tell him to take the other strings off and just put 3 on there like she does, and it's tuned really simple, but she just tears it up and plays it really good. Have you ever heard of a Weisenborn guitar?
No.
They're kind of like a dobro, but they're not. They're a Hawaiian guitar, but they sound so.
They have a
The
metal
guy,
resonator on them as well.
no, they don't. They're acoustic guitar, and the neck is on the body. When the body comes up here, it's all still neck, and it's about so thick up here to the deal, and it's all just a slide guitar. They lay it across their lap like a dobro type thing.
Cool.
But they got the wonderful sound to them. I've been kind of trying to figure out how to make a cigar box out of one of those and form it around and smash. But yeah, you have to look them up. Weisenborn. They're really wonderful. They're mic'd right. They really sound good. So
All right, I gotta look it up and hear the sound and draw
yeah,
some more inspiration. Yeah.
that's my problem. That's my problem. I get too many inspiration over here and over there and over here.
Oh, but I gotta finish this, but I really want to start on that. Yeah, I know what that feels like.
Right. A lot of my shop time gets cut short because we go camping. We like to be here lately. We've been check maybe 3 places in each state and kind of check out the area a little bit. So that gets my shop time. Am I freaking out again? Looks like I'm freaking out again.
Yeah, the audio. Ah, man, Today's been the day for audio disasters. Sorry, folks. Sorry, folks.
I think Mike said something about the first time he saw me, I had on the plague mask.
Oh, that's Albert. Yeah, he says the first time he saw you on my channel, you had the plague. Oh no, it was on the Wafer Project. You had the plague Dr. Bird mask. Ha ha ha. He
Yeah.
says. Yeah. Yeah, but I
So we're
never.
back.
Yeah. Oh,
We
there.
came inside now. We're close. We're closer to the Wi-Fi now.
Okay, now we're getting like a smooth signal here, Colby.
Should have did that earlier.
Just in time for the end.
Aw. Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be the end. If Jeff, share, you know, or Scott is laughing at you, Lawrence.
We can go downstairs and look at the wine operation.
Oh, please. I would love to see that if that's okay.
We don't really have too many secrets.
Okay.
That's a good way to keep your marriage lasting longer. We just did 38
Oh,
a couple
wow.
weeks ago. So,
Well, congratulations. Wow.
Wow.
she's had to put up with me a long time.
Oh. Wow.
I don't know if you can see it this way, or does it be better to do the camera the other way? Which way would be better?
However you'd like. Maybe if you flip it, maybe we'll be able to see more. There we go.
There you go. That's what we got going right now.
Ooh,
That's
look
all
at
our
these ferments.
all these empty carboys. I knocked one off on the floor, the concrete floor here a while last year, and then it was everywhere. Luckily, it wasn't full.
Oh my gosh.
This is actually a gallon. It's got a little over 6 gallons of it's a Cabernet Syrah from California, from Livermore, California. You order, they harvest the grapes, they crush them, and then they freeze them in buckets, and then you order them, and the buckets thaw out by the time they get to you.
Amazing.
So you can get fresh grapes anywhere, and
wow.
And then this place we get them is probably one of the cheaper ones. So we started this in February.
Okay.
And it probably won't be bottled until closer to next February. We usually have to keep it in the carboys for a year before we bottle red wines.
Wow. Okay, that's a pretty long time to have them in there, and so
you could do it sooner if you wanted to, but
how does it affect the flavor when you leave them in the fermenters longer?
We actually rack it, siphon. I don't know if you guys know what that means, racking or not, but
yeah.
And you would, yeah. And we leave a little bit, try to leave the sediment bottom. So each time you rack, you try to leave stuff in the bottom where you don't have the sediment in the bottom. And a lot of times I'll put fresh oak sticks in there too, or oak chunks or something.
Nice. Having so much oak around, I've not tried that.
Yeah, French oak really tastes a lot better. You got to order French oak, or you got to go to France to get it, I guess. But
yeah.
So anyway, there's a couple of wine racks I built for her. So
that is so cool. What a collection.
Yeah, some of it.
Well, yeah, because and so here's the question. Your wine compared to what can be bought in the store, flavor-wise and effect-wise, how does your wine compare? What do you think? Think about it.
How do I clear it, you say?
How do you I mean, do you prefer the flavor of your own wine versus store-bought wine?
I think I know the answer.
I really do. It just, after you drink your own wine, it doesn't have. They've got to put something in their wine to make it age or last so long in the bottle.
Yeah.
They add more sulfites. And we're finding out that type of stuff causes Alzheimer's. So great. Right. Thank you, FDA.
Yeah. So it's I'll use a sodium metabisulfite for sterilizing stuff before I bottling or before I stick anything in there. Just add this that sodium metabisulfite. or to
That's
put your
more for
hoses or everything, you know.
cleaning stuff. Yeah.
And then I found out potassium metabisulfite you put in just a little bit, like for 5 gallons, you put like a quarter teaspoon in, and that helps keep from re-fermenting. So you don't really put a lot in there, but it helps not ferment in the bottle and blow all your corks out.
I've done that.
So you got corks?
No, I don't use corks, but to be safe, and because I like doing things quickly, and corking to me is like, no, I don't want to do that.
You don't want to be
It's too
don't want
much
to be
work.
corked. Don't want to be.
I've been collecting the large GT kombucha bottles that have calibrated caps, and I don't kill the yeast after I bottle my things. I just allow them to ferment, and I haven't blown many, but some form so much carbon dioxide in there that the calibrated caps pop. But since the caps from these bottles are calibrated um, to you know, to open up once carbon dioxide has enough carbon dioxide has formed in the bottle, I've never exploded a bottle.
Okay,
But
that's
again,
good.
you have to be okay with, you know, drinking kombucha and keeping the bottles. So I have a big collection. So that's I cheat. I cheat with my
Yeah.
wine making. And plus, wine yeast itself is a probiotic, so it's healthy to drink it while it's,
Okay.
you know, active. It's good for
Okay.
your
Huh.
digestive
I didn't know
system.
that.
Yeah.
But there's our little wine press, a little 3 gallon wine press. We got to press our grapes.
Look at that. Wow. You've hardcore. You
we
don't
keep
do anything in halves, Jeff. You put
we
your
keep
heart and
growing.
soul into everything.
Yeah, we keep growing and growing and expanding and stuff. This is what you're going to like see, the country girl as you are now, right?
Yes. Oh, I love that. Oh, how I would love to try that stuff. Oh my goodness. Beautiful. And so what we got in there? Peaches and peppers.
Yeah, salsa, jalapeno jelly,
Nice.
homemade ketchup,
Oh my God.
pickle relish, and
You're making me
jalapeno
hungry.
jalapeno mustard, and then here's some jellies and some apple butter that we made, or pear butter, actually, pear butter.
You grow pears on your property too, right?
No, our son had it. He used to live in a house, and he had a pear tree,
Nice.
and it
Do you have any fruit trees on your property currently?
no, we thought about growing them, but we didn't. But we actually made pear wine, which came out pretty good.
Ooh,
There's our
ooh.
bottle and stuff. So yeah, you're
Yeah.
getting the whole tour. You're getting the whole tour like if you came over. There's our where we don't have room. There's our leftover or excess too.
Oh my gosh. I'd be like the guest that wouldn't leave and be eating
we
all your food and drinking all of your wine.
Yeah, that's all right. Come on over. We've got an extra room. You and Lawrence can spend the night, and
Oh
so
my
you go.
gosh, if we can make our way to Kansas. Oh my, I've been
That's
to,
it's a long way from where you live.
Yeah.
yeah, be a long drive, but you know that I've been to the Midwest a few times, been to Kansas City once for an electronic music festival when I was a graduate student, and it was a
Okay.
lot of fun. Beautiful place. Miss it.
Well,
Haven't been back that way in a ever again. So when we get to traveling again,
yeah.
we'll meet our YouTube friends and hang out,
Yep.
swap some food, and maybe swap some instruments.
There you
And
go.
yeah, oh my gosh, yeah, we need an excuse to accelerate things and get our travel fund together so that we can, you know,
There's the
I look forward to that day. So
that's a big girl.
oh, there we have, yeah,
I'm not going
yeah.
to tell you what my friend told his wife. I don't know if I should tell you that or not.
Okay, it's up to you, Jeff. It's up to you.
He said, "Honey, you need to start playing the bass. It makes you look smaller." He's still married.
Yeah.
Ay, 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 cool beans.
So anyway, yeah, here's my music room. Of course, all my instruments are out
Cool.
out. That's one of those. You didn't get to see that one either.
No, look at these beauties.
This is from Del Puckett.
Yes,
He's
the
one of those.
clear one. Yes, I
Yeah, the clear
remember
one.
that.
They sound really good, but the problem is they slide on you all the time. They don't. You can't keep them together very. He put some Velcro or something on the back of his so it wouldn't slide
That's a
on. But it
trick.
sounds good.
Nice. Wow, and what is that? It's just plastic? It's a plastic box?
Yeah, it's acrylic or whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's like
and it sounds really good. Yeah, it has a piezo, then a mini oil humbucker pickup in it. And
yeah, I love how he wires them so that you can mix the two sounds together. Really like that idea.
right.
Yeah. Nice spring reverb in there too.
Yeah, he puts two of them in his.
Ooh. There
That's
we
my other.
go. Another
That's my
fine
other V
V.
box. Yeah.
Beautiful. You know I like it just plain like that. You could see the grain of the wood and it's beautiful, beautiful instrument.
Yeah, I call this one Blondie, and the other one's Eddie. So everybody
Yeah,
thinks it's
Eddie,
Eddie. But
the one you can
that's a
almost
tinter
get in
digger.
trouble for.
There's another thing I built here too. Is these? I haven't built a whole lot of them, but they're not too bad to build. It's instead of a hinge, you build aluminum, like a 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch piece of aluminum, and got your string holes back here, and then
Well, so you have a way to machine aluminum. Wow.
yeah, kind of. My
Cool.
drill press, and then I got a little vise that you can turn and rotate around and stuff. Yeah.
Cool beans.
Mm.
The flute wizard said he'd raid your pantry, Jeff.
He's a long ways away, but here you go. This is what
Look at that.
I could probably sell that one. I could probably sell this one around here. If you guys know what that is. You guys know what that thing is on there?
What is that? Is that a hay bale?
No. It's a woo shock. It's a wheat shock. That's
Oh.
the Wichita State University's mascot.
Uh-huh. She's for sale, folks.
Yeah. Wichita State.
His email
And
address is in the video description. So
did the black neck on it and stuff.
nice.
And gold tuners and gold fingerboard.
Nice. Beautiful. Beautiful.
How to sell this one?
It's for sale,
Stop
folks.
too.
So
These two over here, they sound good and okay, but they're like the flute wizard. They're ones and twos. You know, I like his ones and twos and his S's.
right.
S's he sells a 1 and 2s. These are like ones and twos. I need to get rid of them because I don't know. I won't play them.
Well,
but
I mean, to you, maybe one and two to somebody else, it's beautiful instrument that they really want to have in their music room. And you know, if you're not okay selling it at your normal price, just sell it at a discount.
yeah, that's why I want to sell these at discounts. Yeah,
There you go.
and they're nice builds and everything.
They're beautiful.
Yeah.
I especially like the one with the brown headstock. That's
Oh yeah,
gorgeous.
that's actually it's white oak,
Ooh,
and I used a gun stock stain on it.
ha!
That's what the name of the gun stock straight.
Okay. White oak. We got a few fallen. A white oak fell on our car
Oh
one
man,
time. Yeah, they have very shallow roots for being such huge trees. My gosh. The white oaks.
bring you back around here. You back around? Hey, I'm back on again.
Hey, there we go.
So this is actually my music room in here, so that's so you really see it.
Very nice. Very nice. This man does nothing halfway. Got a beautiful music room, got a beautiful pantry full of delicious things, and
This I should have had it the other
beautiful
way when I
worktop.
showed this, because this is a picture of our bass, and it has all this other pictures around here. You ever heard of John Prine?
No.
He died of COVID here, but he was a songwriter and wrote a lot of storytelling songs. His famous song probably is Paradise.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like, Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lays. He wrote that song as a protest song because the coal company come into Paradise's town his grandparents lived in. They came, bought him up, and tore it down and dug coal there. So
Right.
there's
Mm.
so we got a lot of the Muhlenberg counties and Green Rivers in the song. There's a Green River up here, and you
Wow.
can't really see it. So it's kind of a montage of that song and John Prine. Yeah.
A beautiful display piece there. Yeah.
So yeah.
Right. And what a nice tribute in your music room.
Here you go. There's can't even see that, can you? Probably backwards to everybody.
No, we see it right side up. Lex lives.
Yeah, that's a USS Lexington from down in Corpus Christi. We toured it again this year too when we were down there. So I'm a World War II history buff, so I like that kind of stuff. We did Alabama when we was in Alabama, the USS Alabama battleship, so that was fun.
Very cool.
So this ain't all about cigar box. We're getting the history of everything, aren't we?
Yeah.
Well, everything that inspires you is in your music room. So cool
Yeah.
beans.
Yeah, we got all those old big CDs down there. If you can see those.
All big CDs. Oh my gosh. My first time using a record player was in graduate school, and I couldn't for the life of me figure out how does this thing work. And oh my gosh, how embarrassing! I had to.
You wouldn't be like the people, them kids they put in the room and give them a rotary phone and tell them to try to use it.
Well, my parents, oddly enough, the first house we were in that I can remember, my parents had a rotary phone and I knew how to use it. So there we go.
There you go. You wouldn't be lost.
I wouldn't be. I could use a rotary phone. I know how to use it. So
I remember we had one and we was on a party line too. So you go pick up the phone to call somebody, go, no, oops, sorry, you put the phone back on. So that was interesting. Or somebody could listen in on you too. So you got to be careful what you were talking about.
Oh
You don't
my
want to talk about the
gosh.
neighbors listening on you. But
Wow.
Wow.
anyway,
Vinyl CDs. Scott Hovitt is laughing.
Yeah.
they're worth a lot of money now.
Yeah,
mean, they're-
no, yeah. And now young people are getting into vinyl.
Yeah, that started up a few years ago.
Yeah, a student of mine, he learned that I was a fan of Tomitas, and he went to one of these vinyl festivals in Wynwood in Miami. Wynwood is like a little artsy area of downtown Miami, and for 75 cents got me his Snowflakes Are Dancing. So
who's that by? Snowflakes.
this is by Isao Tomitas, one of the greatest electronic music artists out there. Basically, he's a pianist, and what he did was orchestrate Debussy's piano music with the Mini Moog 3 and a bunch of crazy gear, all back before the days of MIDI. And I grew up listening to this vinyl. My parents did have a record player, and house got broken into. All of their vinyls were stolen and stuff. But my dad got this on CD again, and just grew up listening to this. But one of my students learned that I was a big fan of Tomita and of this album in particular, and he went to a vinyl festival and was like, look what I got you, miss, for like 75 cents. And I'm like, oh my god. So that's cool. And Lawrence, we do have we unpacked our record player?
Yep.
And we have an Audio Technica, right?
Yep.
Now don't ask me to operate it.
Yeah.
I leave that up to Lawrence.
No, I grew up with records.
Yeah.
And then tape and of course CD, but when I was young we had a record player and so I know how to use them.
Yeah, I watch people use them. I just never operated it myself, and
Yeah, we grew up the record player or the radio going. It's just my mom always had the radio going or playing records, and we actually back when I was really young, we had some of the 78s. They're a little bit smaller than the that size, and we had original version of 16 Tons by Tennessee Ernie Ford. You ever heard of that
Huh.
one? That's real.
Not
And,
that one particular, but my dad had a few Tennessee Ernie Ford tapes.
right,
So I'm
kind of
familiar with
deep
the music.
voice. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
real old school stuff. Yeah.
cool
So
beans.
Audio Technica, I think that's what my microphones are. Audio
Yeah,
Technica.
I have Audio Technica, oh, short shotgun mic with it. If you're considering, if I can get it in the camera,
Okay.
if you're considering a good microphone for YouTube podcasting, um this is a short shotgun mic. It helps to separate you from your environment, because none of us are broadcasting from acoustically treated areas, and the pickup angle on this is very narrow. So if you get a little bit off axis,
Right.
it'll, I mean, it won't, you
Very,
won't get
very
picked up.
directional. Yeah.
Yeah, very very directional. And for the price, the AT 875R is very good, but Amazon also has these great long shotgun mics with even narrower pickup, for like $25. They're electric, um, and you know, they don't pick up high frequencies very well because the pickup angle is so narrow. The narrower the angle, the less high frequencies you can pick up. But for me, it warms up my voice a little bit, and I find that even when I play music through it, you know, it gives it a little bit more warmth. And so yeah, you can pick up a cheap electric long shotgun mic on Amazon. Don't ask me the brand because it's one of these weird Amazon brands, Yutuna Shunka, whatever. These made up names, these made up brand names, but you know,
Does it plug right to your phone? You got to go through a processor or
you
some
have
sort
to
of.
go through an audio interface. It has an XLR out, but you can get an audio interface for your phone, so you can plug in any mic uh into your phone. And so that's the advantage of having a an interface versus something that's just, you know, uh plug and play for your phone. Get a little more versatility out of it. And there are some audio interfaces that work both on mobile devices and for your computer. So if you want to set up, you know, you probably have a home studio set up, don't you?
Not really. I mean,
Not yet.
I thought
Working on
about
that.
being able to come down here and record some music, and I'd have to upgrade my desktop, record music, and being able to EQ it and everything, for change, bring it out to stuff in it.
Well,
This is the Audio Technica mic that I got. The
oh wait,
audio,
is that the oh mister, tell me what that is.
that is
414 or something like that.
4033.
Oh,
Yes. Yes, I've worked with that one time. I like it.
well,
Has
that's AKG is 414.
um
Never mind.
switchable polar patterns there.
Yeah, you got low cutoff, and then you got 10 dB or 0 dB pad or something on there. Yeah.
Yeah, the nice versatile studio mic. Yeah. Cool.
Unfortunately, it picks anything up you do, it picks it
Yeah.
up. So,
With condensers, you want to be, here's the thing. Us setting up a studio at home, you're never, I mean, you're not ever going to be isolated from your environment 100%, but what you could do is, um you know, set up as much absorption in your space as you can. Set up your microphone when you go to record with it away from reflective surfaces. And then before you start recording, just record a little bit of the room ambience. Even if you think you're not hearing anything, your microphone's hearing something. Pick up a
Yeah.
little bit room ambience, and then with you make your recording, and then later in Audacity you could do some audio cleanup.
Right.
And so that's a cheap, quick, and dirty workaround. So
Yeah, you couldn't probably use this with an amp around you because it would just pick up so much that you'd have
no,
to really.
in live performance, I never use condensers, with the exception of this electric long shotgun mic. But you know that one is meant to separate you from the environment. But yeah, you want to stick with dynamics, um, and stuff that's not too sensitive, because you definitely don't want to pick up the environment in a live performance, and you know you're singing, microphone's picking you up, and then it's also picking up the speakers, and then you get nice feedback
Liza,
going on. Yeah,
you guys can keep going, but I'm going to have to stop here. I need to do something before earworms tonight.
sure. Yeah, we got Lawrence has got a live stream later at what is it,
Yeah.
7:15?
7:30
Oh,
7:30
7:30.
Eastern.
7:30
Okay.
Eastern on his channel, The Wayfarer
We
Project.
have the Flute Wizard on tonight.
Yes.
Okay.
So guys, if you haven't been to my husband's channel, but you want to participate in the chat, in the stream, the link to his channel is also in the video description box.
Well, I also dropped the link to the stream in the chat.
Cool beans. Okay, go ahead. Let me take you off of the
Okay.
screen so we could see more of Jeff.
All right.
You leaving? Bye. Hey, good talking with you.
Take care.
All right. Maybe someday we'll meet together.
We
Yep.
shall. We shall. It's gonna happen, you know, and we're gonna keep pushing forward, getting our little creative business together, get a travel fund together, and then we'll be on the road meeting all of you guys, and I can't wait till that day.
We're heading. Eventually, we got our plans to get to North Carolina because it's so beautiful there. We got some friends that live there now, and they sent some pictures, and
Very cool.
very beautiful there. Yeah, and that's close, North Carolina, isn't it? Closer than here.
Closer, yeah. Closer than where you are, but you know, wouldn't mind a long trek, a long road trip. So, I see the country that way.
Yeah, we've been to Tennessee and Ohio, and now to Alabama and Tennessee and Kentucky.
Do you guys have you guys have a camper?
Right, yeah, just a little travel trailer we pull.
That's very cool. Very cool.
In campers, we've learned that bigger is not better because we like stay in one place for 3 or 4 or 5 days a week, and then we move to someplace else and stay there for 3, 4, or 5 days or whatever. And
well, you're out exploring. It's not about the camper, you know, and
yeah,
that's just a place to sleep. So
yeah, we prepare food, sleep, or whatever, cool down a little bit. But yeah, we don't pull our camper 800,000 miles to sit in it. We can sit in it out here at the house. So.
Exactly right. You don't need a huge take your house with you. You don't need that. So alrighty, folks. So how are we doing in the chat? Jeff, you've been such an incredible guest, just showing us around your workshop, around your house, your different builds. I can't wait to have you back on again. So, and yeah, we'll be in community. You know, you can shoot me questions anytime. It's like, hey, what do you think about this? You know, how do I get this set up for audio? You just shoot me questions. I'd be happy to answer them, and that's with anyone in the chat. Lawrence and I are audio professionals, and
All
so
right.
we can answer your question. Sometimes it doesn't seem like it though, right? With all the audio glitches we have on our live streams and stuff. Oh my gosh. But,
it's the audio gremlins kept
yes, audio gremlins love us. And
Yeah.
so, but yeah, you have any questions, production questions, audio for live streaming questions, live sound reinforcement questions, shoot me the questions, and I'd be via email. I'd be happy to answer them to you. And no, you will not bother me. You can email me as much as you want. You are not bothering me. And the only thing is, lately I'm getting, so many emails. I'm meeting so many new people on YouTube. It takes me a while to get through. I don't like rushing through my emails. I like sending everyone thoughtful responses. You are kind and thoughtful enough to watch my videos and send me questions and stuff. I don't like to sit down and just skim through emails. So it takes me a while to get to your email, but I promise I do look at every email, every comment on YouTube, and and you're not bothering me. You can
Okay, well,
email or send me as many comments as you want. I will reply to them. It just, give me some time to get to you. But
okay.
yeah, I'm
Same thing
happy.
with you. Same thing with you coming back. If you got any kind of questions you need me, I'd be happy. I'm retired. This is just fun. This is all part of retirement life. So,
Cool
if
beans.
all you all out there listening, if you're not retired, do it as quick as you can if you can afford it.
That's the
And go
thing.
do what you want and go do what you want to do where you're too old and you can't.
Well, my thing is, with me and Lawrence, yeah, it a little, well, not exactly ready to get out of the game and try to start our own business. But the thing is, man, we wanna start doing the rest of our life as soon as we can. What we really love as soon as we can, and financially it could get a little difficult, a little crunchy, but let me tell you, it's worth it. So if
Good.
anyone's thinking about getting out of the rat race and trying homesteading to cut your costs and to really focus in on what you want to do the rest of your life, it's worth it, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah.
So
It takes a special person to live in the country.
I think once you've tried it, and it doesn't matter if you will not miss city life whatsoever. No, couldn't
So,
afford it anyways. I mean,
yeah,
very few people can truly, afford all the amenities everything costs so much.
right.
Just
And
to breathe the air and drink the water, it costs a lot of money. So,
that's right. Yeah. So,
so
yeah, we've lived it and did it. And now we've kind of went back the other way. The thing about living in the city, everything's a little more convenient. So you go to the store more often, or you go to the lumberyard more often, or
you're
something.
kind of
So,
like in between land, though.
we're, yeah, our addition's only like 30 houses in our little addition. So nobody
So
else could put any more houses in here. So, and they're
yeah,
older houses. They're a little bit, well, not real old, but not brand new either. So,
so it's still kind of like country life where you are.
yeah, we got deer in our backyard sometimes. And we've seen turkeys a couple times. We get raccoons, of course. If I don't put the bird feeder, if the raccoons come and eat it. So yeah, we're kind of almost in country. Looks like it when you look out the back door. We sit on the deck and watch the birds and stuff.
Yeah, the pictures you sent with you and your wife drinking wine, it's like they're in a beautiful place. Oh my gosh. Yeah,
It's a nice place.
very cool. Very cool. Well, folks, um Scott Hovitz, like, stages of life always changing. Thumbs up.
That's right. You got to be, what do you call it? You got to move with wherever it goes and work with it. And
Yeah. Be flexible, and if you feel like you need a change, pursue it. You know. And so with that, Jeff, we'll be in communication because we're definitely gonna have you back. And now I'm ready to trigger my shameless plug.
I'll put it on. It's
Here we go. Hopefully, it won't be chorused this time. Hello, Pros merch store powered by bonfire.com. I discovered my love for cigar box guitars through this channel and decided to let Dr. Liza Seigido use my image to create merchandise for other CBG enthusiasts like you. Our store offers t-shirts, hoodies, and sweaters in multiple colors and sizes featuring my image and that of my cherub friend. These items are perfect for upcoming cigar box guitar festivals, and if you play or build CBGs, they make excellent attire for craft markets and gigs. Best of all, every purchase you make supports Dr. Liza and her work here on YouTube. No matter where you are in the world, our Bonfire-powered store ships internationally. Plus, if you're a super sub, don't forget to use your promo code at checkout to get 10% off your order. So, if you like to see me rocking a CBG on your shirt, hoodie, or sweater, click on the link in the video description box to place your order today. Thanks for watching and have a fantastic day. Chaito. So that's my shameless plug.
I've seen it, but I didn't have to hear it.
Yeah, I know. Though, folks, just so you know, the way that my audio is set up, and I'm working with free open source software to do this live stream. You guys can hear the audio, but Jeff cannot hear the audio from my videos. It's just the way that things are set up. But yeah, that was my shameless plug. Plugging my cigar box guitar t-shirts. By the way, every cigar box guitar you see on my t-shirts is an instrument that I've actually built. So they're, you know, I'm not photoshopping other people's instruments into my t-shirts. All the characters are playing, you know, stuff that I built. And it's a way to for me to continue to connect with guitars that I've sold or given away that are no longer in my shop. So I get to see them at least on t-shirts.
There you go.
So, yeah, Jeff, any final words for our audience? I'm sorry I disappeared on you here. This my camera. Oh my gosh, this camera.
What? It wasn't me this time, anyway.
It was me this time, gosh. All right. Well, any final words, Jeff? Don't mind me here.
Well, I would say look forward. I'm gonna plan on getting the YouTube thing going. It's gonna take me at least a couple more weeks getting through this week and then the 4th of July, then going to a bluegrass festival, then coming back and getting on stuff. So more camping and.
Maybe you'll document some of your bluegrass festival. Hey, people love vlogging on YouTube as well.
Right.
Something
Yeah,
to
I thought about
consider.
that when we're going to kayak, getting a GoPro or something and film going down some of the rivers and tell them where we're at and stuff, or when we're doing some hiking and things.
That would be super cool. I'd totally watch that. I love like show and tells and nature trips and things like that. So yeah.
That's
Love
how
to
I'm thinking. And put my music in the background, playing my music in the background while it's going on.
Yeah.
I got a long way to go to get to there.
Look, I'm really looking forward to seeing those videos. So if folks go into the video description box, please subscribe to Jeff's channel. I mean, he's got some beautiful tutorials planned for you, and maybe some, you know, some vlogs with his music in the background coming your way. So cool. All right, Jeff. Well, I will cue up our closing music. Thank you so much for being on my little stream. I really appreciate you taking the time to contribute to my work here on YouTube, and we're gonna have you back, and we'll be.
Well, thank you for inviting me. I've had a great time, so it's been fun and get to know you a little bit anyway.
My pleasure, and we'll be in touch. We're gonna have you back, and so we're gonna cue up diddly bow music here.
All right.
My diddly bow playing.